a lot more utility planning. I've got some general stuff going on, and you
Yeah.
guys will get to do a little bit more. So don't worry. Unless you guys decide to unrival my entire expectations and do something completely different, in
Yeah.
which case we'll find out.
I mean,
With the
Pebble
sounds
has
of
his
it, it's just
quest.
like a side quest stuff,
Pebble
right?
has my
Nothing
quest.
like main
I'm
quest.
riding my horse. I'm
There
doing
you
my
go.
thing.
Yep. Uh,
Oh, do I have my metal horse back?
oh, no, not yet. Alright, so yeah, welcome
Damn.
everyone. Hello to those who watch the streams, to those who check the stuff out. Hopefully all sounds good. So we are down a couple of members today. Cook, who plays Hawken, is currently working, and Robert, who plays Lucius, is currently driving. And so we do not have either member. Instead, we are joined today with the players Voldan, the Pebble, and Sigrun. So hopefully all will go well today. As today's theme was picked by our glorious leader of Ghost Rider theme to challenge the DM and coming up with some interesting and unique interactions because he was thinking about or trying to come up with a good starting idea. Now the party's terrified because they found out the DM is a big fan of comic books and unfortunately knows a lot of the origin material. Now the question is, how close to the origin is he going or not? But we return from last time when the party spent most of the session in dealing with Chantrell, the Lord of Calbridge, and hearing more and more news about what was going on around the area. Unfortunately, it seems that while the party was away slaying queens and trying to generally stabilize their realm, the famously notorious, true Hawken, by all definition, had sent a letter recalling his wife to the Bolton Citadel. With the party believing this is fake or under some false pretense that this is another character, another individual altogether, the Pebble Earthcrest himself vowed to go out and gather his liege's wife, future wife, once more. For no other reason than just to leave the town, it seems, as nothing else was described. As the party kind of gathered and prepared more, Hawken declared that they would begin solidifying the realm and putting plans into action on what to do next. And after hearing that the Dwarven lands had split into three, and so one of them had intentions on his own, Hawken basically would I had a word in mind, and then it just wow, that's a new one on me. Another one of those old moments, just like my dark vision fading here. After informing his party that he would need some time to gather the troops, speak with Tag, and figure out what to do with the newly expanded kingdom, the party of Sigrun and Voldan were left to their own devices. Moments later, Teg would inform the party that as Pebble would continue, or was heading to the Bolton Citadel, that he could just have the Arcane Gate reopened and send you both through in exchange to make travel quicker, and because of the fact that he was out of spell slots to cast teleportation to get you anywhere close to wherever the Pebble might be at this current time. Upon realizing this, the both of you take your time, get your stuff together as you prepare, knowing that the Pebble will still be another day's ride or two before he gets to the town, and where you'll meet him. Sigrun, is there anything you'd like to do first while you have like a day or two in town?
Day or two town. Yeah, is there like a magic potion shop in the town, actually?
At this point, no. Most of the shops
Damn.
are currently still closed. A lot of the place is still very much under construction, and currently kind of pretty roughed up.
That sounds about right. I guess, if I things, which is what I was planning and hoping to do, I suppose, she would probably train. I know she spent a lot of time, like, before we slayed the queen and stuff, training soldiers, but I think she would take a day or two to just, like, train herself, do some solo workout, you know.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and give me a, let's say, strength check.
let me get the cool dice. I want the cool dice for this one, and I failed to grab them.
Been there.
I didn't think I'd be rolling this quick. I was like, oh, I have a little bit of time. Nope.
Nope, this
Where are they?
not today. You know, you've been out of it for a little bit. We got to get you back into practice.
Yeah. I thought I would be like, Sigrun would just pop up later, like, hey guys, I just took a little vacation. Don't worry about it. Strength check, let's go. That fell off the table. Null and void. Where did it go?
Chase
Okay,
down
got
the
it.
lost dice.
Yeah, it ran away, which isn't a good sign for this session, I'm gonna be honest. In total, it's 7. I got a nat 1 on it.
All right. Yeah, as you're
I should
training,
have used different dice.
as you go out and start, you spend the day training, practicing. You've been in combat pretty much non-stop, though, for the last couple days. Your body being very sore begins to protest. For the rest of this session, you will be at disadvantage in all strength checks.
Okay, that'll...
Only checks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can deal with that. That is funny, though. Sigurd's like, I need to work out more, and immediately...
Yep. As you kind of begin to rest and kind of recover, doing more cardio-based workouts, even with the distaste for the cardio, that seems to kind of let your muscles relax as you begin to focus on hydration and trying to recover as efficiently as possible. All right. Boldan, you get a letter from Hawken directly after the previous day's situation, offering you an official position as the Minister of Finance of the Crested Kingdom. In exchange, you will no longer be required to join the party on out and about on adventures and quests, and instead you'll be expected to help Teg in the running of the kingdom while Hawken is away. You'll basically manage and be in charge of generally the entirety of the finance section of the kingdom. Includes trade, tariffs, taxes, rebuilding of towns, making sure projects are funded, and generally, in most cases, basically being paid to keep the kingdom together so the king can go fuck off and do what he wants. Yeah. Are you there? Are you...
Oh, that's funny.
Well, welcome to the Ministry of Finance and how Medieval Era kind of worked.
My Discord heard that. It's like, you know what? Nah.
Fair. Oh, did you miss everything I said?
I heard you saying that I'd become responsible for all the tariffs, taxes, and finances while Hawken goes off and does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, basically it. Yeah. You'll receive a paid position comfortably. You'll be taking over the Mimic's coffers, and yeah.
Well, I very much do appreciate this position, and I will perform my tasks to the best of my abilities. I will accept this offer.
Okay. As you and Voldan, or suddenly another Voldan appears in front of you. As you and Hawken, as you and Hawken shake hands, cementing the deal, he informs some of the local builders to begin working on an office for you, similar to the one that they were setting up for Temidar originally. And he informs you to go ahead and go oversee construction and ensure it's to your tastes, as this will be your first project to manage, and then he'll be sending paperwork over once it's ready, as the Aya's kingdom has completely destroyed the only trading port the entirety of the Crested Kingdom has available. And now it's your responsibility to figure out how to fix it.
All right. Well, I guess I better get started. Okay, first off, I want a high chair. I want to be higher than everyone. I need it now.
As Voldan walks out with the workers giving orders immediately, as if this is almost natural to him. All right. Pebble, you have been on the road now for a whole day. Night is coming. You've tied yourself down to your horse. The travel's smooth, but your horse is definitely starting to slow down to more of a comfortable jaunt for the night. Is there anything you'd like to do, or?
No, I want to make sure I get there as quickly as possible, but I need my beauty sleep. Don't look this fabulous if I don't sleep well.
As you begin to lean forward onto the horse, you slowly enjoy the rhythm and fall asleep. Amazing Minnie, as it's quite a talent to be able to fall asleep mid-saddle, even for the most experienced of riders. I say this having been told that by someone who could do it, and I still don't understand how they could. I get sick just riding a horse. Yes. All right. So as you continue to spend your night sleeping, dreaming, the night is pleasant as you continue to remember or dream on about your day's training with Sigrun. Many days standing in the barracks, working together amongst with the other trainees, being taught how to swim, how to fight, being pushed through everything that a Scrofe is expected to do by the time they come of age. From learning how to man every portion of a ship, to even how to steal ships in every other way. You remember fondly as you look on from almost a side vision of you and Sigrun enjoying yourselves, laughing as the two of you train late into the days, completely sore, exhausted, but truly enjoying all that it has to offer. You see, as you look around, all the other trainees who seem to be just as smiling and enjoying themselves in the training, though most of them look to grimace a little bit more under the more stricter workouts compared to you or Sigrun. Okay. So as the night continues on, following day comes. Give me a perception check, Pebble.
+0. Go. That's a 4.
You see the ruined city of Bolton Citadel. It is just a pile of rubble. You see that the walls are slowly being restored in the distance as masons you can hear and construction being worked on throughout the city. Many of the buildings from interior you can hear are being pulled away, and you can see piles outside the walls of just destroyed building material that is either being burnt or separated out. As you come charging up to the gate, kind of untying yourself along the way, one of the guards looks up at you and goes, can state your business before we have to open fire. Who am I kidding? There's no one here. What do you want?
Just visiting.
Oh, thank God. Last time a shirtless guy showed up, the city was half demolished.
Wait, who destroyed the... Who?
I don't know his name. I just got assigned here last week. I show up, the city was in worse ruin than it was a week ago. Or a week prior to me.
I've been around. What did he... I'm sure you have a rough thing of how he looked.
I have no idea. I wasn't told anything. I just told he was shirtless. You want to talk, you find out who he was. You probably want to go hit the captain. He's further into the city. You'll find him in the ruined castle that's the one tower that's still standing. Don't go inside, though. The bricks are falling in. Really don't want to have that hit you in the head.
Very well. I'll go ask about this shirtless man. This is an affront to shirtless people everywhere.
Okay. As you kind of head into the city, as soon as you head through, you see Sigrun is just kind of standing there, waiting.
As always, I am not the fastest. Understandable.
Sigrun, from your perspective, you were sent through the arcane gate almost immediately by yourself, as the other party members didn't seem to be as interested. You came to the city and ended up right here, moments ago.
Oh, hello.
Sigrun, I've learned that someone here is challenging my shirtlessness.
What? Another shirtless person on our turf?
They came and destroyed the city. They're trying to show off.
No, I will not allow this. This is a big affront to our honor and who is this? We're going to find them.
I was told the captain at the castle would know more.
Let's go right now.
All right.
I listen. Any other shirtless person aside from me, but I don't know if I was destroying a city. Okay, I've been training.
And thus,
There is someone else here.
As the two of you start to contemplate who on this continent was known for being shirtless in battle, you start to head into the ruined city. You look about, many of these buildings are still pretty much caved in, a lot of them are rubbled. You can see the recovery of a giant metallic looking dragon slowly being torn apart by what looks to be small, lighter magic casters who are using different forms of firebolt and other cantrips to slowly melt off the pieces of metal that they're taking off the giant dragon warforged they see. Couple of shops are still open. You do notice there's a couple of magic emporiums. There's a tavern called the Cornhole. One of the only magic shop that catches your eye is it shows a little like a bunch of like fruits, different types of like raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries, and then below it just reads magic items. On the sign in perfectly script or like almost arcane script common. But as you continue walking through the town, going up to the top of the hill where the center of the city is, you find the main castle and its walls as one of the guards in a bit better designed armor, looking a little more rougher. A Nord with long blonde hair and a very thick blonde beard. No helmet, just his brown eyes and the... He's carrying a spear, but you both notice, just given on your own experience and with your passive perception, the sword and the two hand axes he has on him are magical, a little bit higher than average ranking, you'd guess, but the rest of his gear is very mundane. However, he's the only one that you see of the guards wearing this similar darker and more battered plate that is carrying a magic item at all. As you can... he is only 5'7".
Tiny. Okay.
As you come walking up, he stands about, you guess maybe about 150 pounds roughly, if that, as he's wearing his full plate, like I said, no helmet, and just holding a spear and a very small little buckler shield on his sidearm. And he kind of looks at you lot and goes, are you here with the damn orc?
What orc?
There was a shirtless orc that was walking about town claiming he was a wizard or something.
Our perpetrator.
I don't know.
Tell us where.
We were told about a shirtless man who destroyed everything here.
Oh, that's not the orc. No, the orc. I'm pretty sure he wasn't shirtless to begin with. He had a shirt on. I don't know why he was. It was opened. We got a report, and I figured you were his adventuring party. He said someone would come for him.
No, different party, sorry.
No.
Ah. You sure you don't want the orc?
I mean, we can meet with the orc, but we have urgent business about this shirtless fellow who's on the Arthur causing mayhem.
We were told you'd know more about this.
Why would I know more? He just kind of looks around at each of you.
All I heard was chest starts being cut out and then silence.
No.
He looks at you and goes, yeah, why would I know more?
I don't know. That was told you would.
Heard through rumors.
Are you not the captain?
No.
Where is the captain?
Probably dealing with the orc if I had to be honest. Not often we get wizards around here.
Then.
Yeah, orc it is.
Wizard, interesting.
Yeah. If you're looking for the captain, he's instead of going to the tower, the crumbling tower as the boys will call it, he's in the main keep. He's in the meeting hall. We got a couple of cages set up right now for some of the local thieves and other vagrants. He's probably, if he's still talking to the orc, he's in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
We'll head that way.
Yes, let's go. Sigrun will start charging towards the keep.
Yeah, as you both start walking in, it's only about a 30-foot walk as you come up to the gate, or to the strong two giant oak doors, and they immediately open up at the slightest touch without even putting any weight to them, almost as if powered by magic from the amount of sheer size of them. The stronghold itself, like the windows being blown out, but it looks like a lot of the debris has been kind of picked up and moved about, or moved out of the way, or off to the sides. The carpet has been completely torn out, and you can see that the marble wall, or pillars and such are starting to be slowly worked on and fixed, as well as it looks like some people are starting to clear out the windows where the glass used to be just shattered completely. You see off to your side, off to the right, only about 10 feet to your, in front of you roughly, is about 5 cages, 3 of which are empty. One has what looks to be a cat in it, and the other just has... Well, would you like to describe yourself, Carl?
So, Carl is a 5-foot tall person wearing a quilted jacket, a common tunic and pants and boots, covering just about every inch of his skin. He has a smelter's mask and a large classic wizard's hat. In his hands is a turtle about the size of his palm. I do say, Benjamin, I don't understand this whole predicament. Why would they put me in a cage?
Well, he's not shirtless. We were lied to.
You see a human that is about 8 feet tall, very short, scruffed blonde hair, gray eyes, and very grayish skin compared to the other Nords. Not nearly as peachy looking. He looks a bit larger. His armor is very plain, just a simple leather, and you see he carries 2 daggers, one on each hip. And isn't wearing a helmet at all, as he just kind of looks down at the orc and kind of rattles the cage a little bit and goes, "You know, we can't have wizards walking around these parts these days. You're just gonna cause us problems. The last one that came through here caused a bubble that killed a bunch of arcane casters. I don't know you from, the fucking High King at this point. So as far as it goes, you're gonna stay in here until someone can prove who you are."
Well, if you want
I do it around the interrogation, but there is a thing of importance. We need your help. There's we've heard news of a shirtless individual who is destroying the city, and it is causing many problems, and we wish to handle them personally. She cracks her knuckles.
He kind of walks over to you, trying to kind of puffing his chest out a little bit, trying to get a little bit larger, make himself a little bit more intimidating. He puffs himself up to about 8'1", gaining about an inch.
Still taller.
Yeah, and he looks up to Sigrun, and I believe Pebble, you are also taller, aren't you?
I am actually a foot shorter, but not when I use my giant sprint.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in normal form right now.
I'm 7 feet tall.
But he just kind of gets up to Sigrun, assuming that Sigrun being the brawler of the two, and looks up at Sigrun and goes, "Now listen, young lady, I'm gonna be honest. I know your people. I'm familiar with your people. But we handle our own crap around here, as is given. We are trying to restore the city to law and order. Now, unless you're here to pick up either that cat or the orc, can you please state your business and move on?"
Listen, I told you my business. You must not know who we are and who we work under, but that is fine. I get it, you have things to do. Just give us the description of the shirtless individual. Last known location. We'll take care of that for you, and if you need help with the interrogation, I'm nation. She looks at the wizard. I'd be willing to pitch in.
Benjamin, I think we may be in a tight spot now.
Yeah, just this 8'4" looking at you.
What's up, Pebble?
The Pebble would like to keep the cat.
A guy looks over at you and goes,
I don't know, last cat we had didn't go so well.
"Listen, I'll tell you what, you got 2 silver coins?"
Yes.
He holds out his hand.
She I actually looked at my inventory. I actually don't. So she just
Nope,
she
Pebble
looks
said you
through
did.
it, shrugs, gives you a. Oh, you did. I was gonna give him a gold.
He just takes the silver and puts it in his bag, or puts it in the bag on his side that you see firmly says money for restoring town imprinted on the bag.
Yeah,
And he
fair.
kind of turns and goes, "All right, one moment." He walks over, pulls off the keys off his other hip, unlocks the cat, lets it out. The cat kind of scampers off, and then he walks over to the wizard's cage and unlocks it and goes, "Congrats, they paid for you. Now leave."
Oh my gosh, you're only worth a silver. Oh, that's a little bit
Oh,
sad.
sorry. No, the 2 silver was for the cat. He was free.
Oh.
The cat stole a pie earlier. The cat had a bounty on it for 3 silver, so I'm letting it
Oh
go
my
on a
gosh,
discount.
it's a thief cat. We need it, Pebble.
Well, and as you see
I'm on board with the cat.
you see the little, well, I say little, it's about a 2-foot tall, bright orange Maine Coon looking cat that's just long, and it just scampers off down one of the side areas and disappears through a hole in the wall.
Wait, cat.
No, don't worry.
Oh. Our cat listened better, surprisingly.
The guard turns back to the wizard and goes, "Oi, you're going with them. Get out of the city in the next couple days. I don't want you burning it down. Also, you mentioned you wanted to look into the shirtless man. He runs one of the magic
Yes.
shops. Don't worry about it. If you want, he's been already dealt with. But if you really want to talk to him, go find him down there."
I mean, if magic shop, I need to, so it makes sense to go anyway. But we'll have a double talking. We'll make sure he doesn't destroy the city anymore.
Yeah. I doubt it, but it's called Barry's Magic Item Shop. It's a bunch of berries with literally the words magic item written on it in common. Can't miss it.
Also,
Yes, I saw the berries.
in return for taking the orc, has a volley come through here?
A volley?
Yep. Should be female?
Female. No female volleys. We had a female heli come through here at one point.
That's
Ugh.
probably. Or I wasn't exactly much.
She kept telling me she was some princess, here to see, the king of the Crested Kingdom, which I kept telling the
Yeah.
sweetheart that he ain't here. I have no
No,
idea.
yeah. That's who I'm here for. Do you know where she went?
Well, yeah, he scared her off as he points to Carl.
No,
Well,
wonderful.
Not-
Good man, good man.
In all fairness, and he kind of pats Carl on the shoulder a little bit, it wasn't his fault. Apparently, she saw him and reacted, and ran, and so that's why he got the guards called him, in all fairness.
Can you give me a direction? I'll deal with it.
She was heading towards Barry's Magic Item Shop last I saw her.
Okay.
Apologies that all leads you
maybe-
there. I don't recommend it. The owner's a sleazebag.
No, trust me.
Maybe,
I would like to
Pebble, maybe we should go to magic shop in like hour or two. Maybe
I
I
would
don't listen. Pebble, she leans down to like be at your height and like claps a hand on your shoulder. I don't think with my history it is wise for me to run into that woman.
Here, you take this, and I'll hand you Carl, and I'll go to the item shop.
You pick him up and hand him to her.
Nope.
Carl, you just got
Yeah.
picked up in the air by a very
Grab him.
muscular human. Now you're being held in the air by a very muscular Scrofe.
And I will
Yeah.
walk off to the magic item shop.
She's very
Perfect.
well decorated with both scars and jewelry. She just kind of looks at you like, I can't see her face. Is that
Yeah.
intentional?
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
apologize. I am quite very much scarred, and I have been told I scare small children, so I wear a mask.
Oh, but scars are to be worn with, like, shows off some as she says this. Scars are not bad. You
I
should
will
you should
also
show them
mention-
off.
Carl, it's at this point you notice Sigrun's fully naked minus a very small, somewhat loincloth-like material that you happen
Yeah,
to
I
see.
don't-
That's more like a belt,
Yep.
after being, existent so long.
The
Oh.
Pebble is also completely shirtless and covered in tattoos. They're two almost naked people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a big like bear skull and bones on. She's just full of bone jewelry, gold jewelry, like very well. Like her mane, it's well kept, but she is clothesless basically.
hmm
Carl is
It
going
is-
to Carl's gonna turn away to look away from you and say, "Good heavens, ma'am, I know that you may be very proud of your scars and your figure, very fine figure, might I add, but please, cover yourself."
What do you mean? I have fur. What is there else?
Well, yes, you may have fur, but still, it might cause some complications with, other people. They might be a little concerned seeing.
I see how it is. You are one of them clothes lovers, aren't you? Well, I will tell you, clothes, hindrance. They benefit me none. They are a pain to keep. You know how often I kill people, Carl? I believe. Carl, I kill people. That's blood stains. That's people cutting shirts. I have to pay to replace them. I have to get them to my size. Who around here makes 8-foot sized clothes to my figure? No one.
Carl,
No one. It's like jabbing a finger in your chest.
as Sigrun
No one.
continues to ramble and you kind of happen to glance out of the corner of your eye, one of the things you do notice that kind of catches your eye is the giant scar across the very muscular female's Scarface stomach. One that it wouldn't take anybody much who has experience in the battlefield to realize that's a life-ending wound. That's not something you heal from naturally.
Lethal.
And clerics
that
don't
is
leave
a-
scars, so when they heal you, so that is something
No
that kind
one
of catches
makes
your eye.
my side, and I get bigger than this regularly, often, many times. I'm not talking like, oh, I grow an inch or two. Feats of height. I'm talking big height. Who makes clothes that size? No one. Nobody.
Pebble, you just hear as this continues, as you can start walking down the street. You can hear this about a good half mile from the keep still in the distance.
Me
But
and
no
my
one thinks
bunny
about
slippers
that.
What was that, Pebble?
It's about
I
bunny
said me and my
slippers.
bunny slippers are on a quest.
Yup. Alright, we're gonna jump to the Pebble first.
Hell yeah.
So, Pebble, as you start heading into town, it takes you a couple minutes to locate the road once more that, had the same magic shop you had seen earlier. As a lot of these roads looking similar and with them very destroyed, it's very difficult to tell the difference between many of them. But as you head further and you realize that this is one of the very few buildings that's not destroyed. A very simple shop, a big open front window with some flowers growing in a little basket in front of it. They seem to have a pleasant, sweet aroma coming off of them. It seems to be a simple 2-story building with what looks to be obviously like living accommodations in the back and the second floor. As you kind of open up the door into the shop, you hear the bell ding a couple of the customers who are standing in line, finishing up their business and kind of heading out. And looking about, you just see magic items of all rarities. There's plus 3 items just sitting on the warehouse on shelves, just there. No security, no nothing. You look around and it looks like you could easily just walk out with this without any issue. You see a little red-headed female with here, one sec, let me find the actual, see if I can find the image.
Are they unrelated, or did Barry get his way?
I have to find something, cause I didn't write or pull this up yet. Give me 1 minute. Let me go to 1 second. Is it gonna be probably in here? No. Did I not save? Oh no. Don't tell me I forgot to save him. Yeah, so as you look on, you see this red-headed human woman. She could be Nordic. She seems to have simple brown eyes. Wearing just a simple merchant outfit as she just kind of bows her head. She's a little pendant with a red gem on it that she wears around her neck. No other obvious jewelry or anything out of the ordinary. She looks to be maybe like in her early 20s. No name tag, no nothing. And she just kind of looks up at you and goes, "Can I help you?"
My apologies. I was come looking for someone, and I was told they came here last. A young Helly woman?
Ah, yes, the owner's wife. She was here this morning. She isn't here any longer.
I see. Where did she go?
Her and the owner are said to be heading to one of the cities for a wedding. I guess the owner and her are getting married, well, within the hour, I imagine.
Oh no. She didn't marry the wrong person.
I mean, if it helps, the last thing she said, she was going to the Castle Windsor. They're being married by the local lord there.
He's supposed to marry the king. Okay. Alright. I don't think I can run there in time.
She looks. Yes, is there? I mean, I can contact the owner if you'd like. Is there some important business? I mean, he is an ex-adventurer, and are you like one of his friends from his time? Are you one of his friends from that Oventium quest that he did? You know, most of these items came from that stronghold. I still can't believe he even tried to pull. He even brought back like a dragon bone golem. It's in the back of the shop.
Yeah, I'm a knight who was sent to retrieve her for something really important. Time is of the.
Oh, the owner's wife. Oh, well, here I can get her in contact. It would only take me a few moments. You're welcome to look around the shop, or if you want, you can grab one. If you have any friends, we are always looking for more adventurers to come over and take a look at our goods and hopefully leave a good impression on. You can probably understand it's kind of hard to sell high-end magic items.
Yeah. Well, if you ever need another place to sell,
Definitely.
Our kingdom's always looking for high-end stuff.
I will let Lord Hawken know about that. What kingdom is it?
Wait. Did you just say Hawken?
She nods and goes, "Yeah, of course."
But I'm Hawken's knight. I'm not.
She looks at you and
Hawken
goes,
doesn't own a shop.
"Yeah, he does. He owns two. He owns the tavern across the street called the Cornhole as well. He said he named it after these fields of corn from his homeland."
Hawken's the king of the kingdom 2 days from here.
Yeah, I understand.
I was just with him. Man, he is fast. Okay.
Yeah, from my understanding, that's what the whole reason why he's going back to the House of Windsor. He's having his brother marry him. This. She goes, "It's kind of weird that his knight, you would be here as his knight. I've never met you before. He never mentioned anything about having a knight. He never mentioned. Well, he did mention he had a kingdom. He also mentioned that he assassinated a fire giant king. Really got his wife's interest. Apparently, she thought that was pretty impressive."
Introductions are in order then. I'm the Pebble. I'm one of the closest things he has to an elite guard.
I wonder why he hired all those bodyguards then. She goes, "Well, it's nice to meet you, sir."
It's a pleasure. Yeah, if I could get in contact with her, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, it'll take me, I can get a scrying spell up, I can also get some sort of message set up. I can also just call Lord Hawken on his, well, he had this thing called, he calls it a telephone. It uses like this crystal ball, that he has an enchantment on that apparently we can communicate through using,
do you have any teleportation things here to send me over? These kind of talks should really be done face to face.
We don't have any gates or anything like that. I've got some items that if you attune to it, you might be able to cast, but you'd have to buy them.
Oh, but that's an hour, and they'll be done by then.
Oh,
yeah.
No, he shouldn't be there for at least another day, I believe, unless he's really going, unless he's doing something else to get there, but normal by horse travel is at least 2 days.
Do you do item trades for similar rarities?
We can. It again depends.
I'm carrying... Here. What rank of item is it that you have to get me there safely?
She looks about and goes, "I'd have to. It would take me a few minutes. Would you prefer an item you don't have to attune to, or do you want something you have to attune to?"
Either works. Either works.
Yeah.
Just highest success of getting there.
Well, if give me like 10 minutes. Feel free to look about the shop or go wait outside for a minute if you'd like. I'm gonna step into the back real quick to see if I still have the item I'm thinking. And she kind of starts to turn and walk in. Give me a perception check.
This is not the character perception. That's a 9.
Okay. As you look about, I mean, you can definitely tell just from your passive insight, she's not lying to you. She's looking for something specifically. And you can hear her kind of rummaging around on the other side for something. As you're kind of looking around, is there anything you're looking for in the magic shop otherwise?
I mean, I'll look for anything that'll help me as a fighter. I mean, I have a bunch of items to trade. I may as well.
Is there anything in specific?
Great swords.
As you start kind of walking about, and start thinking about thinking about getting a new greatsword, you notice the entire shop morphs, and suddenly there is a long row of greatswords of every single enchantment you've ever seen.
Huh.
And there's price tags on everything. And a few minutes go by, and we're going to come back to you in a minute. Sigrun and Carl, as well as Benjamin. As you lot are kind of standing there, kind of talking, or Sigrun continues to tell you, Carl, what's going on. Finally, the captain, or what you assume was the guard captain, kind of shoos you two outside the doors, and the guards kind of escort you outside of the castle to the back into the town proper. And you two find yourself back standing out there. That earlier guard I mentioned with the magical items on there, kind of just watching you, not really doing anything, just kind of doing his job. You stand as you see a semi-bustling town of people going up and down roads, kind of working. The sounds of construction being heard throughout. Yeah. What would the two of you like to do?
Well, if you could please set me down. Well, I do appreciate you helping me out. I do feel very...
Are you going to question me and my clothing choices?
No, I imagine it's very accommodating for your situation, and as you very much told me, and for your people.
Yes, it's a matter of pride. Scruffy see no reason to hide behind clothes, or hide behind shields, usually. That is why I fight without one.
Ah.
And it's kind of fun carrying you around. Honestly, you're so little. But I suppose I don't know. It is only respect your wish, and she just like plops you down.
Carl will then kind of straighten out his jacket, his shirt, and then place Benjamin on his shoulder, and will then say,
Do you have a turtle?
Yes, this is Benjamin. He is my familiar. He's been with me through the thick of it.
You just see Benjamin nod up and down.
That is... Oh my god. Stands.
It nods up and down again.
Oh my gosh. Sigrid just like is hunched, like she has to hunch down to get near your height. And she's just like staring intently at the turtle. This is amazing. I've never seen a turtle that could understand.
It nods its head up and down again. Carl, you fully know Benjamin has no idea what's going on. It's just doing its normal party trick of bowing its head up and down when people talk to it.
Yes, he's a very intelligent creature. I trained him very well. He even is house trained. Isn't that right?
Oh my!
Suddenly, Carl pees on, suddenly Benjamin pees on Carl.
Well,
are you the house?
The
No.
turtle nods.
Ah, I see. You are a traveler then, nomadic. I can respect that. I've been nomadic for quite the one war. That's a long story. Anyway, we should get going to that magic shop. I just hope I don't run into that one woman.
Ah, yes.
It'll likely end in bloodshed.
Oh, well, I would hope. I would hope we don't. I don't want to cause any more trouble for the city. They already did just wrongfully imprison me.
It is, well, just, I'm sure it will be fine. We need to meet back up with my dear friend the Pebble anyway, to figure out what to do from here, I suppose. So, magic shop with the berries.
As you turn and
Berry
look down the
shop.
street, you see, even with your passive perception, the very big sign that shows the different mixed berries with magic item written on it.
Oh, nice. I'll go then. Let us.
Carl, are you following Sigrun?
I will follow Sigrun, because one, magic item shop, and two, I don't.
You're coming with me.
I feel like if I try to run, she'll get me.
Oh, she's fast.
Sigrun
as-
has a good arm
you
length
watch-
normally, let alone enlarged.
As you look on, walking somewhat behind Sigrun a little bit, not being able to keep up with her natural height and speed, being a little bit shorter, you know Sigrun is extremely muscled. You can definitely tell this is someone who's seen a lot of time in battle, by the looks of it. You get the slightest idea. Yeah, you don't get a chance if you try to run. You're not going to outpace this person.
If she grabs you, it's over.
But you also notice she's very confident walking for someone with no magical defense that you can recognize immediately. Other than the very obviously magical artifact of an axe on her back that is just drooling magic for anybody to walk by and tell. But yeah, so as you two kind of continue heading into town, a couple people kind of watch, not really giving you much of a wide berth. Many just seem to ignore you. Sigrun and Carl, give me perception checks.
Okay, alright. I'm rolling a different die this time, because the last one kind of let me down.
Okay.
Nat 1 off the bat.
Good thing it wasn't combat related, at least.
Ooh, okay, that is a non-natural 20.
Okay.
Not bad.
And Carl?
Carl got an 18.
All right.
Hey, let's go.
Give me 1 second. Let's see. Oops. There we go. All right. So as you two continue walking along, Carl, you pretty much pick up pretty quickly. Someone's trying to magically follow you and doing a very bad job at it, as the magic is all over the place and pretty much everywhere but where the target who's casting is. And Sigrun, as you kind of slightly just out of the corner of your eye, you notice there's another Scrofe watching you. And just kind of like staring and seems to be like waving his a stick around every once in a while. And yeah.
Sigrun stops like dead in her tracks. Like, it's not like a slow to stop. It's like she's moving and then she's stopped, like completely still, and she's just staring. What does the figure do?
It stops doing waving its stick around and just stares at you for a moment.
No way. And Sigrun's gonna start moving towards it quickly. You would notice the lady, she is weighed down by pounds and pounds of muscle and fat. She moves way quicker and way more nimble than you'd expect. Like she's not the fastest in the world, but she's got a speed to her, and she will be speeding at this other Scrofe. Not like drawing a weapon. She's just like rushing over.
Pebble, give me a perception check. Real quick, just to see if you notice this as you're from the shop.
I love that, Chaston.
Oh,
That's 11.
okay.
I
Yeah.
have a plan.
They're not exactly hiding. You do notice Sigrun just kind of stops in the middle of the road as she's heading straight towards the shop, and you see Carl up in the distance, and just they turn and stare, and Sigrun just seems to turn and stare at something. Carl, what are you doing as you see Sigrun do this?
So quickly, Carl's gonna look in the direction of where she's heading, try and see what's potentially catching her eye.
Okay, yeah.
And
As you look on, you see a Scrofe bigger than Sigrun, by about a foot in both directions, and not wearing clothing, but carrying a staff. You also notice that the magic it was trying to cast earlier, that you caught the notice of the spell of, wasn't to cloak it. As you look off to the side where the spell is obviously failing for anybody with at least one level in spellcasting, a spellcasting class, there's an adult deep dragon standing right next to him.
Oh, that's fine. I've dealt with dragons before.
Okay.
But as you turn and you see Sigrun looking at this, Pebble seeing both of them kind of looking over, Sigrun, you recognize this man. This is a Scrofe you recognize from the unit that you trained with when you were learning how to be a Scrofe proper, how to raid, how to fight, how to live like a Scrofe. This is one of the other candidates that that apparently was in your group. You recognize as Alwar. And as you think and remember for a moment, this is the same Scrofe that supposedly had a thing for you that the Pebble humiliated in combat badly.
But he was otherwise a good soldier, like a what's the word I would say word, like an ally during my training.
Like he was completely supportive, constantly standing by your side, never a problem to you, or any of the other Scrofe. The Pebble has a different view of it, but you don't know anything about this, about Pebble's background with it. You also though do remember Alwar was one of the strongest, if not the strongest, on the in the Scrofe of your generation at the time, and he was said to even be able to, many believe, would have thrown yourself into the ocean with ease. You don't recall why the Pebble got in a fight with him and humiliated him in front of everyone. You just remember after that you didn't see Alwar until you left. We're heading off to war, and the last time you remember seeing him, he was supposedly heading with a different unit, a different group of Scrofe who had signed on underneath Cyrus Scaladron's army.
By the old gods, I don't believe it! Alwar! It's me, Sigrun. She changes from a cautious, speedy approach to a speedy approach with arms open for a hug or a grasp or whatever the typical Scrofe greeting is. She's being friendly about this.
As you start kind of walking up, he kind of stops for a second, sets his staff down, and you suddenly see the adult deep dragon standing next to him as the minor illusion spell to try and cover some of the dragon suddenly dissipates, and he kind of stands up a little bit more proud and starts walking down to go and return the hug and give you or grabs your forearm and kind of grasps you for a shake. And kind of looks at you and kind of snorts, not saying anything, just doing a very simple greeting. He looks down at Carl and then kind of looks back at you, Sigrun, and goes, where's the human that you used to serve with?
Oh, the Pebble? He's a...
I smell him.
Yes, he has a good musk. Not as good as a natural Scrofe, but he's been working on it. I've been giving him tips. I can find him. He's off doing business, but it's been so long. Why are you creeping around with a dragon?
He looks down.
She looks at it.
He ignores you, looks at Carl, and goes, "This your mate?"
What? No, I just broke him out of prison. Well, not broke. Technically, we got him for free. I don't even... He is, really.
I just met her. For me to be a mate, that's oh.
Yeah, weakling. He looks over. He kind of snorts hot, steamy, ale-ridden breath onto you, Carl. And he
I'm gonna prestidigitation on him.
On him or you?
Him. I'm gonna make him smell clean.
As you do, suddenly it kind of the spell wraps around and then it dissipates and it doesn't seem to go off. And he looks over at you and goes, "Weak casters."
You need a bat.
As he laughs, the strong smell of rotten tobacco and really old ale just basks all over you, Carl.
Are you okay? You seem ill. Oh, don't tell me you're sick. I don't want this. I don't think I could catch an illness, but I'd rather not risk it.
Please, but.
the Scruffy kind of goes back to standing up straight and looks back down at Sigrun and goes, what brings you here?
Oh man, it is. We should go and chat. I mean, I was going to meet up with the Pebble and stuff, but it's been after the war. A lot happened. She pats her like chest where the scar that goes down to her gut is. A lot happened. I served a different human for a time. Was with an organization that I believe is disbanded. Now I'm with a different group. I'm sort of the hired muscle / bodyguard for an upcoming king, if you believe it or not. It's been quite the time, but it's been working out quite well for me, actually. At least for now.
He snorts and just kind of looks at you and goes, weak-willed like the others. And he kind of pushes past you.
Okay.
And he starts kind of like
she seems confused.
Walking towards the magic shop, and the dragon kind of squirms out. This adult dragon is massive and looks extremely derpy as you get a chance to really look at it. One of its eyes, as you look, is completely solid white instead of the light amberish of the other. And there are scars all up and down this dragon. There's also a saddle on the dragon.
Can I insight check my dear I guess friend's not the right word, but he's heading towards the Pebble, and I want to insight check him because he just shoved past me, and Sigrun's getting the vibe that maybe he's not friendly after all.
Okay.
All right, so let's come on, give me a good roll. That is 19.
And you're trying, and what are you trying to exactly insight?
Insight check. She's looking specifically like, obviously body language would be big for this girl. So his body language, his like intention. She's trying to suss out his intentions. Like he was following her. She greeted him. He did not really return super friendly, and he's heading towards the Pebble. So she's trying to suss out like, is he a hostile? His deal. What's his body behavior?
As you're looking him up and down, you see he's got weapons all over him, knives, small swords, all that. He hasn't grabbed any of them, and from what you know of Scruffy culture, being very blunt and forward with their intentions, he's not showing any outright hostility. You can definitely tell he doesn't like Carl, but that could also just be because Carl's small and a caster, which Scruffy generally don't care for casters. As far as him his body language walking away, it looks like he is definitely interested in heading to meet where the Pebble is. You can't tell much beyond that as far as what he's thinking. If he's thinking.
Yeah, Sigrun will just kind of like narrow her eyes slightly. She also doesn't do anything like threatening, like reach for a weapon. She's also pretty forward about that. But she'll like narrow her eyes and be like, I don't know that I like this. Just to herself. She's gonna grab Carl just by the scruff of his robe or whatever. And I don't know what how do you pronounce his name again? Sorry.
Benjamin or Alwer?
Alwer. She kind of, unless Alwer's walking speed is also 40 feet or more, I assume she would probably catch up or outpace him on the way to the
easily
magic shop.
As you notice his walking speed, you do notice his knees definitely got some sort of light limp to it. He's got about a 20 feet walking speed from what you can tell.
So Sigrun will, he just like shoved past her, so Sigrun just kind of picks up Carl, just like holding him out like you're holding like a stray kitten, and just will make her way into the building first to find the Pebble. She's she wants to find first if she can.
Carl, you're starting to get the understanding that at this point you're just coming along the ride whether you want to or not. You've been adopted.
Yeah. I'm just listen. It's gotta keep you close until I know otherwise.
Well, Benjamin, this must be how you feel. All right, well, let's go.
Benjamin just seems to nod along as you go, Carl, fully knowing that he's not nodding to anything in particular. He's just nodding along because you talk to him.
All right, you know what? I need to get you some lettuce.
As you two come into the magic shop, Pebble, you see as Sigrun kind of start rushing down with Carl like held out in front of her by the nape of his neck. Collar of his shirt as he comes bringing in, and right as they come marching in, you see these, Pebble looking at some of the magic great swords on the shelves. Pebble, kind of looking at the corner, eye, just watching what's going on. You immediately recognize Alwar, and you immediately remember why you had to fight this man. After he had told you originally he planned to take Sigrun as his wife and to force her to stay home with him, or stay home for him. And you recall a very long and vicious conversation that would extend from there, where he would insult you and continuously call you a weak human. Which eventually would end with you basically getting into combat with him in front of the entire village to watch and humiliating him badly, to a point where he disappeared, from what you remember, for about 2 weeks, and you don't know what happened. He came back and never spoke to you or Sigrun again after that, supposedly.
Pebble, hey, I know I'm bad at social cues, but there's a old buddy of ours that I'm getting the vibe that maybe he doesn't like you and he's on his way. Also, I still have this guy.
Pebble's on sword and getting ready to walk outside.
Whoa, are you going to fight him?
Yep.
He's not. He seems like he's gonna come and say some things.
As you open the door, Alwar in his huge frame just look down at you, Pebble, and the smell. He has the worst scrofe musk you've ever scented. This is a man who does it on purpose to just be foul in battle. This isn't with intention otherwise, and while most female scrofe wouldn't recognize this, anybody who's grown up amongst the males would recognize that this is a dude doing it for intimidation. And as he kind of snorts down at you, you hear a deep-barreled laugh as he starts to speak and Giant begins to speak, goes, How you doing, little Pebble? Still walking around with swords bigger than you?
I'm doing pretty great, weakling. What about you?
You see, Sigrun and Carl, you see his eyes start to get narrower and start to get a little red.
Yep.
And he goes, in Giant, he goes, don't push it. You may have been strong then, but I got friends now. This is when you
look over at the dragon.
The deep dragon, you don't recognize this creature. You fought a deep dragon before, but I mean, you don't recognize the creatures personally. It definitely looks to have done some damage and dealt with a lot of combat. You can also tell that Alwar being a lot more scarred. He's definitely seen some battle. The dragon, though, you do notice, is pretty rough shape. Doesn't look like it's really ready for a fight right now.
I know it's a dragon, so I'm built for dragon slaying. I have a dragon slaying sword.
You've also fought deep dragons before. You fought one when you were in the because I believe you were with
Dungeon.
Oh no, that was Terra. Never mind. Never mind.
Sigrun has fought at least the younger versions.
Yeah,
Terra,
I know that.
That's right. My bad.
Dragon's eyes.
Yep. But he looks at looking at that dragon. You can tell it's on its last leg. I mean, this creature doesn't look like it wants to fight. It looks like it's at this point just a mount.
Your little buddy there's dead on its feet. What friends do you have?
You see him get a big smile as his tusks really start to permeate out of his mouth a bit more, and he goes, "Step outside and find out. Unless you're still as cowardly as last time."
I'm not against the fight, but we are in the middle of a city with a bunch of people nearby. Maybe
you
we
don't
take
get
this
to
out
talk,
the gate.
weakling. You had to be defended by this one.
You don't get to threaten my friend and risk getting us kicked out of town and then be rude to me. I've been friendly to you. I don't even know what I did to you, Alwar. We were good mates back before the incident.
You know what, Sigrun? He switches to common. You're right. He holds out his hand to the Pebble and goes, "Let bygones be bygones. My business isn't with you, and you already proven your strength."
Absolutely not. Step outside. We're doing this.
Pebble, preferably not in the city.
No, here and now.
She's just like still holding Carl. She's just like sighed heavily, like, okay, explain to Hawken why we have to pay for, death and repair on here, because it's not coming out of my pocket.
One sec. As he kind of backs up a step for a second, and you kind of go to step third Pebble outside, you hear as the young girl comes around the corner and just drops the crystal ball that she had in her hand as she goes, oh! And she just kind of looks and then slowly takes a step back into the back room again.
I'll just
I would get back there, miss. There is, stuff going on.
Carl, or, Pebble, you suddenly hear Carl's voice in your head.
Oh.
My dear friend? Sorry. Dear sir, question. Would you like help? Because I see a fiend.
I can
Oh,
respond
is he
back.
cheating?
Yes, you can.
Alright, warn Sigrun, this is a free-for-all now.
Oh. Yeah, if
would-
he's got buddies in what should be a 1v1 brawl, I'm sure Scruffy culture, Sigrun would get mad about that.
I will then message Sigrun. So I don't know much about the Scrofag, but
Hmm?
it seems our dear buddy here has a fiend with him.
Of course. Couldn't learn the last time he lost to Bevel, huh? She doesn't drop you, she sets you on the counter, gives you a look like stay, and she's gonna exit the store while pulling out her axe as well.
He kind of steps back and looks over and you at Sigurd and goes, huh. Afraid to fight fair.
Says you with a dragon and a fiend, coward. Show them.
He kind of looks at the dragon for a minute and goes, Old Fracty? Fracty can't fight.
I'm not
Fracty's
talking
sons
about
can't
your
fight.
dragon.
He looks
Hey, DM,
about.
Little
He
wizard
looks
friend
confused
sold
as he
you
kind
out.
of turns around like does a full 360. What's up, Pebble?
looking at the dragon, how hard would it be for me to cut its head off with the dragon sling sword?
You're not sure. You can tell
'Cause
that
it
the
looks
dragon
injured.
definitely looks very injured, but it also has there's a strange feeling you get from this creature. You'd guess it's it's got to have low HP at this point. It can't be that strong at this point, but you're not sure if you could decapitate it in one single blow, and you might be in a problem if you don't.
Though you have, he said you had a fiend. Do you not have a fiend? I thought this was going to be
I'll look
a
at Carl.
cheap thing. Yeah, Sigurd's also looking at Carl like, what the fuck, bro?
I'll motion him outside to point it out. Like, come on.
So I will walk outside, and I will say, I saw it. It was a big fiend right behind him. I'm not sure whether it's a pact he made or if it's hiding in him. Yeah.
The fiend is in him. Did you eat the fiend? I think I did that once. At least I think that's what it was.
Looks at both of you and goes, "Are we fighting or what?"
If you have backup, I'm joining.
I
If
have
it is
no
a fair
backup.
1v1 fight.
I don't fight with friends.
Friends with you.
I have. He kind of turns around again, looking side to side, and looks at you and goes, "Where?"
I don't know. I'm asking the wizard man. Okay, Carl, if you can't, if your magic's not reliable, please, this is very sensitive to our culture. Please don't.
DM, I cast Divine Sense.
Ah.
Where's
Oh.
the fiend?
It is
Where's the
standing
fiend?
behind him. You can tell immediately that it does have influence over him. What all does that give you for information?
I see exactly where it is if it's within 60 feet.
Alright, so this, I'm gonna send you a PM, is exactly what you
Oh.
see standing with its hand on his shoulder.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think Sigrun sees jack shit.
No, you wouldn't be able to.
I'll say, all right, stay still for a second, Owlware, and then I will swing at the arm it has on his shoulder.
As you go to swing, roll, see if you can hit.
Oh ho ho.
21.
You watch as your blow just bounces off the midair to everyone else who can't see the
Yeah,
demon.
so everyone sees it bounce on literally nothing.
Alward just kind of turns
Yeah.
and like, so you see the color kind of starting to drop from his face, and he goes,
Yeah. So you want to help with this or what?
you see him pulling out something out of it, like a bag of holding, as he pulls out a strange, little, like, red skull pendant, and he just hands it to the Pebble real slowly as he holds it out.
Oh great.
What is that?
I think and you just slowly start to see Alwar's body is slowly splitting in half, almost perfectly, as you look on, and you can see Pebble as the demon is almost pulling Alwar with its bare hands to split. And you can just see pain is going on to this man's face right now in extreme, as he just drops the pendant to the ground and just starts screaming bloody murder out.
Pebble, you're good at this stuff. What do we do?
Easy. We kill it as I get behind the fiend and grow.
Okay, as you grow larger, go ahead and I'll let you make another attack.
Alright.
I can't see it.
You can't.
That's a 23.
That does not hit.
Although, since he's focusing on Owl's venom, am I technically flanking?
You aren't, because he's grappled, so that doesn't count as flanking.
And I don't think I'm
Well, that
close
also
enough
means that
yet
he
to
can't move
count.
'cause he's grappling somebody.
That is actually technically not true. He can turn around. He just can't really move from that spot. So therefore,
Sigurd,
Yeah.
don't want this guy to die. We kind of gotta act now.
Okay.
as you
Child.
both turn to attack, or as you both turn to attack, and as again your blow bounces off Pebble, Pebble and Carl, you just hear some maniacal laughing as fire explodes around them, and both people disappear. Both Alwar and the demon vanish in a puff of
Dragon
fire
there.
and smoke. The dragon's just standing there, kind of looking on with its one good
Aw.
eye confused as it kind of like bops from point to point, looking between the two of you.
I think your owner just got taken to hell.
Can I pet the dragon?
Are you gonna walk up and try and just put your hand on it?
I just want to pet it, yeah.
Our dragon.
I'll do this, actually, I'll do this dog-wise. I'll put my hand out, palm facing up towards the head, to see if it'll let me touch it.
You kind of put your hand out in front. It just kind of stares at you for a minute.
I'll slowly reach over and pet, like, the bottom of its head.
As you do, it just kind of stares at all of you. And then it transforms suddenly, as a poof of smoke, into a gnome with a little, like old, grayed, grizzled-looking gnome in simple wizard robes, a little wizard hat, and on its back a little backpack and a little staff, and a couple of other magic items that you all notice. And it goes, well, that was... And as you're still rubbing now the chin of a very bearded and very old-looking gnome, you'd guess probably in the thousands of years. Like, he's ancient-looking with all the, like, rolls of skin on his face, looking like a very old, like, Chinese cartoon man, you know.
I will, like, very slowly pull his hand back and just say, well, that's a first.
He looks around.
That is... What is happening?
Ah,
A fellow wizard.
well, my deal is done. And he looks over at Carl and goes, are you a wizard?
I am! Hello, fellow wizard man.
Hey,
Oh no.
you know, congrats. I'm gonna give you something.
Oh, thank you for this gift.
Don't make deals with fiends.
I thought that was a given.
The gift is knowledge. Isn't that what
What?
you want?
What kind of deal did Owlware make?
He turns and goes, oh, I mean, I don't know much of the details. It happened before I, give me a minute. My Discord closed on me. Give me a sec as it reloads. There we go. Yeah, he looks at you and goes, it happened before I, had made, or agreed to travel with him. only thing he mentioned in his sleep at one point was something about the making a deal against some Nord human after and in exchange that he'd kill the man's parents. I didn't know much more than that.
Well, I'm not a Nord.
Are you He looks about. He goes. Suddenly says the Pebble and Giant as he switches back as he continues talking in common.
Yeah, that's me.
He goes, and I heard him call you Sigrun, miss?
Yes, that would be correct.
And sorry, Mr. Wizard, I don't think he mentioned anything of your name.
We just met him, Carl.
Ah.
My name is Carl.
Now, nice to meet you. I am, as he mentioned, Thrakti Sunt, also known in common as the Broken One. You may know my name from. He looks about and goes, he mentioned something about, he used to complain constantly every night about some man humiliating him after he tried to gain a wife, some female scrofe of his species that he was really wanting as his future, because he he thought he'd make a great successor to his clan as the clan chief or something of that sort. I don't know, I never really paid attention much. He just usually shouted at me, and then we went to fight things, and I got good food out of it. Man could cook.
Yeah, he wanted to marry Sigrun by force. Yeah, what about it?
Wait, what?
Sigrun?
Me, Sigrun?
Why do you think I fought him?
I thought maybe he insulted your honor, and he was like, I don't know, Elmer would always pick fights he probably shouldn't have. I thought he was just like, we're going to duel in front of the clan, and I'll show them I'm stronger than you, human. And then you did, and then you won.
No, he insulted your honor, and I dealt with it.
What the fuck? He thought he was going to force me, huh? And she's like gripping the handle of her .44 axe.
You know, it's not that I care, and I really want to reiterate that I really do not care about you or his squabbles. If you're interested in why he made the deal, so apparently, yeah, like I said, he made it to get vengeance. That's where he got his druidic magic. He had one spell he could cast, a 10th level spell. From what I was able to figure out, I was sticking around to see if I could figure out what the spell was, but I did learn that the catalyst to it was that he could only cast it as long as no one could see the fiend that was powering him. And he looks over at the Pebble and goes, "You kind of screwed that up."
Good thing for Carl, then. Yes. Carl, you are officially useful. She pats your shoulder.
Hey, you're a wizard, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, Carl too, but we're talking to the gnome.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a wizard. I've got, I think I'd be classified as one of your higher magic casters. I can cast up to 11th level spells, but it's quite exhausting.
Well, I don't.
That seems high.
Do you think you can teleport us to a nearby city that we need to go to?
Today?
We do?
Well, yes.
That'd be a lot of work. I can, maybe in a few hours. I need to get some food in me.
Do you need... I have plenty of rations. Do you need rations? You need food?
He pulls out a bag of holding that says Alwar's secret stash. He's just filled with gold coins, and he goes, "No, I'm gonna take this as my service and go get drunk at a bar for a few hours. Come find me at the cornhole."
Oh, fair enough.
Yes.
And I'll walk back in the shop.
Kind of starts walking off. What's up, Sigrun?
Pebble will Sigrun will follow Pebble and be like, "A town. What do we need to be in the next town over? Did you not find the shirtless man?"
So I found out there's a guy who's claiming to be Hawken, and he's heading back to Hawken's original home house, and the prince is about to marry him. We kind of have to deal with that.
What? Marry who?
As you walk into the magic shop, and suddenly more items appear again for each of you as you're looking about with price tags and everything.
I'll explain when we get going.
I'm very confused, but if you say we have to be there because of a thing, I believe you.
Yeah, I was making a deal here in the shop for an item that would let us teleport.
The young lady kind of looks at you and goes, well, I didn't say I had anything that could teleport you. I said I had something I could contact my, our Lord King Hawken.
Yeah, and well, the wife, and then you also said you might have an item to teleport. And you went looking for something.
I might have something that can assist you. Yes. She looks back. She goes. I did speak to the owner. King Hawken himself. He mentioned that. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, and to feel free to meet him at Windsor Castle. That he was willing to hold off until then, because he didn't want to be declared as stealing someone's wife, and fully understood there might be a miscommunication. And so he has said he'd await you. I gave him your description, sir, as she looks at you, Pebble, realizing she never got your name, and described that you'd be announcing yourself as King Hawken's personal knight and bodyguard. So he's fully waiting for you in the Castle of Windsor.
All right, that works.
Well, before we go, since they're holding off, hello, miss. Apologies for the disturbance outside.
Yes. No, not
Do
a
you
problem.
happen to have, I'm looking for a couple of things, but I'll try to keep it short. Healing potions I need mainly, and if you happen to have an item that will allow me to items, that'd be great. If not, do you have anything that will make me more, how do you say common? Nimble? Dextrose?
More dextrose.
Yes.
She kind of looks about and goes,
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really an adventurer, so I if you happen to recognize or have the name of the item, I can look it up. As far as potions, I have potions of healing, potions of greater healing, potions of superior healing, potions of supreme healing, and we even have a staff of healing on sale currently at a minor discount of 9,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that is a great discount. How much for each of the potion types?
Well, supreme healing will run you about 2,000 a bottle. Superior about 500, greater about 300, and then just a normal potion of healing will be about 40 gold pieces.
Okay. You said it was 500.
I'm gonna do you a huge favor, Maya.
PM the prices.
I'm gonna send you a resource that I am using specifically right now, just for that. There you go. Now, if anybody ever asks, there's the price tag.
Hell yeah. Okay. Let's see. Supreme. She's like thinking about it. I have a couple. Okay. Potion of the superior. How much stock? I would like preferably around 6, maybe 5.
No, yes, easily. As far as how much we have in stock, I can't really give you those numbers. But if 5 or 6, if you're looking for 6, I can easily accommodate that. If you'll wait.
Yes.
She kind of leans over, and you see she suddenly opens suddenly a white, almost somewhat semi-translucent spell sigil suddenly appears in the middle of the air and opens up a little white empty space, and you see her grab into it and pull out 6 of the potions and put them on the table in front of her.
That is very cool.
She looks over at you and she smiles. She goes, yes, I've learned a spell. It's called inventory, I guess, or something of that sort. My liege, being the brilliant man that he was, came up with the spell himself.
I see. Very, very smart of him. I didn't think Hawken invented spells, to be honest with you.
Oh, he has many spells. He can transform himself into a slime. He can reincarnate himself into anybody he'd like upon death. He manages to learn a charm spell, but for some reason it never works for him. It's almost as if he has a negative issue with charm magic. He hasn't figured it out yet. He has quite a few unique spells I've never seen in any spell books.
Got you. So 6 of the superior, and then can I get 6 of the greater?
Oh, of
6
course.
I think that would be
over
good.
And starts pulling out 6 more, and she puts them on the table and goes, "Yeah, no problem."
Okay. Pebble, will you assist Sigrun with paying, or are you going to let her try to pay for things herself?
I have items to trade. No one's ever given Pebble any money.
Well, Sigrun has money as she pulls out like her bag of holding her massive coin purse. The issue is the total, if I did the math correctly, is 4,800 gold, and I think getting Sigrun to count that herself might
She kind of looks at
an
you,
issue.
Sigrun, and looks over at Pebble and goes, "Oh, are you? Oh, I apologize. Our my king, our King Hawken has created an item specifically for these situations." And she kind of turns and kind of grabs out something, and she pulls out this like weird looking scale. You've seen scales before, but you notice she kind of starts grabbing some gold coins and she puts them on one side, and you see it starts to count it for her. And she kind of points out, she goes, "Okay, so this number needs to hit 4, and this needs to hit this," and she starts showing you, and then she goes, "Just start putting your gold coins on there. They won't spill. It's just for someone like yourself who isn't as interested in counting because they look at numbers as weak."
This is an amazing invention. I appreciate this. And she's gonna start like shoveling of gold coins onto it.
She eventually kind of wipes it off and like hands you back a bunch of gold, and then kind of takes what she needs and puts it away into a bag. And she goes, and you notice she gives you almost 1,000 gold off.
Ooh. Okay, so it would only have been 3,800 then.
Correct. And she kind of
You
looks at
are
you and
so
smiles.
great at this. I appreciate that.
My liege, he has, and she points up to a sign. It says, all women and females are discounted by at least 1,000 gold pieces per item.
Of course.
Oh, look at that.
There's also a second sign, but we got asked to take that one down due to, well, some of the noble women didn't much care for it. So
what was it?
You know, and she kind of looks about and she goes, "So what else can I help you with?" Completely ignoring the question.
Did you happen to have any item that could allow me to attune to more items? I don't know if one exists. I guess I'm just asking
you'd
to
have
see
to
if one
custom
does.
order something like that. I'd actually, if you're gonna go see King Hawken himself, I'd ask for him to have it crafted for you. He'd be he's a much better craftsman than any of the locals around here. He should be able to come up with something
I
for
didn't
you.
think he was that good a craftsman. He had all that issue getting his family cannon and stuff.
And she kind of like
Interesting.
kind of points to you lot to come over to the side of the desk and where you see the curtain into the back room is, and she kind of pulls it back. You see a massive smithy that is gloriously well kept and very well used, with different magic items and the different processes of being made and tinkered with. And she looks back at you lot as she closes the thing. She goes, "Oh yes, he really enjoys his tinkering. He spends most of his time back there when he's not dealing with customers. Mostly if it's a male customer, he doesn't really come up to the front. That's why I'm here."
I'm going to go over to where the great swords showed themselves.
As you do, they reappear.
Is there a +3 great sword?
There is. And there's a many of them.
I will grab one.
Okay.
And I'll go over to the table, and I will say, "So you said you did item trades. I have something a little more rare than this," and I'll pull out one of the dragon staffs.
Let's see. We don't have an actual price for a dragon staff. What
From what I
rarity? Do
understand,
you know what rarity this is?
From my understanding, when
imagine-
we got them, they can't be crafted anymore. And anti-dragon items don't really exist anymore. That's all I really know about it.
And you don't know what to level of rarity these items are? I can give you a general price window, at least at that we can start from.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I got these from Royal Guards in the war.
She takes a second and starts kind of inspecting. She says, "Do you mind if I cast Identify?"
No, go ahead.
She nods. And these are the staff of the dragon of, or the algorithm
Dragon
staff.
staff of a Gairon.
Yeah. Which I believe are rare. And to your question, as you look, Carl, yes, the shop suddenly appears in the front window with a wand collection of every wand you've ever seen in circulation that wasn't a one-off or one of a kind. But
they're legendary.
They are legendary?
They're legendary. Yeah.
She looks at how many do you put down on the table?
I set one to start with, so she could identify it.
As she identifies, she looks at it, and she goes, "Well, my King Hawken has mentioned any items of this level I should start the bidding at least 50,000. If you're looking to do a +3 great sword, I'll tell you what. Normally we sell those for 60,000. I'll give you a straight trade 1-for-1. Would that be fair to you? I can't really value an item that can't be made in the modern day, but at the very least I'll say it's equal out, so you don't have to worry about it."
Works for me.
She nods and she kind of takes it and she kind of grabs the greatsword, and you see as she casts a small spell on it and the tag falls off, and she hands it back to you and goes, just to make sure we're not tracking you. This is part of every item in here has a little tracking scroll on it that'll keep it activated to find it if it gets stolen.
No, I honestly appreciate the trade, and I only have 2 of these stupid staffs. You only need 1 to be useful.
Well, if you'd like, I'd be willing to trade you gold straight for it. I can, at the very least, offer you the same price as what the greatsword would be.
No real use for money. I just don't really spend on anything. I just need weapons and gear.
Well, feel free to look around the shop if there's anything else you'd like. If you go to any other stores, if they give you anything less than 60,000 on offer, well, they're trying to cheat you out. That should be the starting price they should offer to you. For those staffs, and she kind of smiles.
Actually, now that you're here, Carl, is there anything you need while we're here?
Yes, I've actually been looking at this for a while. I would like to get one of these wands of the War Mage. But I'm going to be quite short on funds.
Well, that'll run you about 40,000 GP on average. I'll tell if you're looking for a straight item exchange, again, I'll do it for one of those other staffs, or if you have something else of equal value, I'm more than happy to, or just straight gold.
I'll set a dragon staff, and if she's willing to pay the
Yes.
Oh, well then, yeah, perfect. She kind of puts 10,000 gold pieces onto the table and goes, feel free to take the staff over there, good sir. She looks to you, Carl, and she goes, or the wand with you, but make sure to bring it up here before you do leave, because I do need to remove the tag on it.
All right. So I will grab a wand of the War Mage.
+3.
Yeah, +3, and then bring it up to the front.
Yeah, she kind of deactivates the spell immediately and hands it off to you. She looks about and goes, is there anything, if you're looking for custom items, I can do my best to put in orders if you'd like to make a request. Now, it's going to be a little while, but it'll be shipped directly to where you are, no matter where you are. As is stated by King Haakon himself, the business motto for custom item shipments is that you could be in the deepest depths of moors, and he will make sure your item is there in the middle of combat with any high demon, as the exact time he stated he would send it to you.
So,
well, we'll make any item requests because we have to meet with him anyway.
Not a problem.
Yes.
Handle all that in person, specifications and all that.
Fully understandable. She goes, our shop is always open to you. Feel free to continue to look around as you like. And if you are no longer interested, may I recommend the tavern across the street called the Cornhole, named famously after King Haakon's hometown, having lots of corn. I believe that's what the story is. Do take note, in the men's room there are holes in the restrooms. We're not told why he put them in there, but that was custom made, so keep that in mind. Some customers have complained.
I imagine it's supposed to be a handlebar or a grip.
I'll give a little bow and then I'll head out. I'll meet with that wizard anyway.
Okay.
I will.
The Estagroon will follow suit.
All right, Carl, same with you.
Yeah, I will follow them out.
Okay. As you all come out, you see, right almost exactly across the street, the very, very large 4-story tavern that you can hear loud music and see lights even at this time early in the day on the very top floor going, and the sounds of very deep music bounding as the entire building slightly shakes from it. But as you come to the front of the entrance to the building, it's very quiet as you can hear from the inside of the first floor. Seeing the stairs that go up, a simple fire hearth, a couple of tables set aside, a couple of chairs set at the bar, and what looks to be a barkeep, another female Nordic human with red hair. This one with blue eyes, just kind of standing there. Working the bar, cleaning some glasses in a very professional merchant outfit. Something you'd almost expect of a high and very wealthy merchant. Something Temidar himself would wear on his more common days, if you will.
Well, we have a wizard to sit down with.
As you walk into the tavern, you don't see the wizard. You see a female tiefling, a female orc, a female dwarf, and a female dragonborn, all in one corner, all in adventurers gear, different magic items, kind of stunted about, all talking and drinking, having a good time. But no one else is in this level of the tavern from what you can tell.
Well, he said a few hours anyway.
Um,
Fuck it. I'm getting a drink.
Okay. Carl? You were about
Yeah.
to say something?
I will sit with Pebble,
Okay.
with him.
Mm-hmm.
Do pardon me for rudely eavesdropping on your conversation back at the berry shop. You said you were she said you were a knight of Hawken?
That's as close to the truth it's gonna get. Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, would it be okay if I traveled with you to meet him? I've actually been wanting to potentially sell my services for him.
Oh. You're welcome to drive the way back, but we're going the opposite direction for now.
Well, as I am actually not from around these parts, I'm okay with waiting.
Alright.
So I will accompany you if you would let me.
You're more than welcome. We'll be heading off to Windsor as soon as we can.
All right.
The barkeep kind of looks at each of you and kind of starts to set drinks down. And looking at Pebble and Sigrun, you see her eyes kind of glow yellow for a second. And then she looks over at Carl as well and does the same. And she starts speaking, and each of you hear her. Sigrun and Pebble hear her in Giant, while Carl, you hear her in Orcish. As she just starts speaking and goes, "How may I be of service to you lot? Are you just traveling by? You looking for services? Massages? Gender modifications?
Ooh.
Deals with demons? Deals with succubi? You name it, we've probably got some form of entertainment in it."
Did a gnome walk in here earlier? Really old guy?
Ah, yes. His name was Frekti? Fukti? Something like that?
Acty, that's
Yeah.
him.
He's up on the third floor with Brunhilde, a very well-known and respected masseuse of that our liege Hawken hired for the shop specifically. She came from a faraway land of the Storming Empire just to work here. Quite nice gal. Very quite nice gal.
Alright. Well, we're just gonna get drinks and wait a few hours. He's taking us somewhere once he's done.
You notice as Carl
Yes.
says something strange in Orcish, and then immediately switches to Giant, and the gal kind of changes, suddenly flashes her eyes, and continues speaking Giant to all three of you, and goes, "Feel free to wait. Can I get you anything to drink? Are you looking for any information? Our liege, the owner of the bar, always tells me I have to make sure I'm available for," and I quote, "any potential bar quest lines." I'm not sure what that means, but I was told that anytime adventurers come in here with strange gear and looking more powerful than average, I should speak to them and see if they need information and charge them for it. I don't charge for information, by the way. But yeah.
Very kind.
Oh, he likes quests. Well, for a sec, you could say we're on a kingdom building quest.
I don't know. Okay.
And we're just trying to build a kingdom. It's not...
I don't think I mean, unless you'd like to talk to us, I think we just need a drink, maybe food, and wait for the gnome pal guy we met. Yes.
nods and goes,
I don't think we need any bar quest lines as kind an offer as it is.
Not a problem. Fully understandable. Take it. Let me guess. Plates of meat and drink.
It works for me.
Sounds fine to me. Throw in if you have, just throw in maybe like a couple of vegetables if you happen to have it. Too much meat sometimes upsets my stomach.
She nods and goes, "I will let the cook know." And
Thank
you see she
you.
kind of, as she gets ready to turn, she pauses and she turns back to look at Carl and goes, "I apologize. Your spells don't really work on me. Part of being a barkeep here." Carl, you didn't
What?
feel your spell go through.
I swear, if you
Oh.
cast get us in trouble, I swear to God.
No,
Carl, are you
asking the question?
casting magic on the barkeep?
Oh, no, nothing along those lines. I was just simply asking, have you had any...
Mm.
She kind of looks at Carl and gives a smile and goes, I have heard rumors, but it depends on what you're looking for. What kind of information are you going? And she kind of like puts a little clip of piece of paper and spins this little piece of iron to the back. You hear someone grab it and starts snorting in the background.
Oh. Just anything that just seems, strange as of late. I remember a while back some large, ethereal walls appearing and killing off mages. Anything around those sorts?
Well, let's see. Our king turned into a vampire lord. A group of adventurers came in, washed the entire city away, and then sicked an iron dragon on it, destroyed nearly the entire town. As we were repairing it, then Hawken Windsor came through, and, well, some say he destroyed even more of the town. But to be honest, I don't believe the owner managed that. Then a giant bubble suddenly appeared one day as we were setting up a magic item shop. Luckily, our shop was unaffected. And we were just told to stay inside for the time being. King Hawken managed to continue. You do catch that she kind of stutters for a second when she mentions Hawken's name again. And she goes, he kept us fed, kept bringing us food from something he called an inventory. I'm not sure what that is. I just know it's a spell he was able to use. He mentioned something about his dream one day to be a woman when he was drunk one night with us, but that's about as far as it goes. The city being rebuilt and everything, I mean, it's been a slow process. I don't really know much else about, what's been going on around here. It's kind of been just bad ever since those stupid adventurers showed up and killed the vampiric king. I mean, don't get me wrong. Vampires hunting people at night was terrible. Like, it was a horrible time to live in the city. But at least you had a home. Those adventurers caused our entire town to get destroyed. Do you know how terrible those people are? I really hope they're burning in moors now. Especially that Cyrus Galadron fellow.
So?
Now I'm just intrigued. I want to know more about this Hawken man you talk about, because from what I've heard, he's not really matching that same description.
Hold on. I got the question here to ask. I'll kind of gently put my hand on the counter. Since you're doing information, why is the owner here calling himself Hawken when he's not?
I don't know. I mean, Master Assassin, a man who survived all the way up to the 5th floor of the Oventium itself, supposedly managed to help defeat 2 bosses, even brought back a Dragonbone Golem, which no one's seen for millennia.
See, there's the problem. Hawken's never been to Oventium.
Yes. We would know. He barely survived a lot of his assassin stunts without us there.
We just came here from meeting Hawken on a quest, and if he's down there near Windsor, he's clearly not up in his kingdom where we just met him.
I mean, he dueled the Beyond God Logothus one-on-one and almost won.
No, he did not.
He himself even sent to conquer a far-off land called Ohio, a nation I've never even heard of.
What weapon does Hawken use?
She kind of thinks for a second. I've never actually seen him use a weapon. I think he's well versed in many. He's been practicing so long. He can use staves, cannons, axes, swords. You name it. I think the only thing I haven't seen him try to use was a sling, and I think that's because I don't think he knows what a sling is.
Hawken only uses one weapon. That's his hand cannon. I've never seen him use anything else other than a crossbow.
I don't know what to tell you. I think you may have an impersonator.
Either there's a impersonator at one end, or they just their mothers just had very similar name schemes.
Wait, isn't Hawken of the House of Windsor?
He was at one point. He's not anymore.
Okay, so if I apologize now. I've only grown up around here. I've only I'm not much of anything outside of here. But from my understanding, the Hawken, our King Hawken here, our liege, the one you're claiming to be someone else, and that your friend is instead Hawken, is going with the blessing of House Windsor to go and wed at the castle by the brother of.
Trust me, we know.
That's the problem.
I mean,
Remember, there was that brother that was.
I've met the Lord of the current Lord of Windsor myself. He's the spitting image of Hawken.
All right, lady, here's the issue. That lady he's going to marry is supposed to marry the king of the Crest King of Hawken, who we were just sent by. She's marrying the wrong person and doesn't realize. I don't think even he realizes it.
You mean
I think there's a misunderstanding between the two.
You mean the sweet Helly woman that came through here? Very kind, gal.
We got a fake letter claiming that Hawkins sent her to Bolton. Hawkins never sent a letter from Bolton because he hasn't been in Bolton. He was up in the Yorklands with us.
Yes,
I
we
don't
just
know.
came
You
from
mean-
a conquest
are you
there.
Yeah, I heard. Our liege went and slayed the queen of the orcs and then came back here to celebrate.
No.
He bedded over
I was
14.
there.
Oh no.
Me and Sigrun are the ones that helped kill the queen.
I believe if I recall correctly, I was the one to get the killing blow as well. Credit being taken.
I've heard no mention of you, and I've heard Prince Mears even backing the owner of this business.
Do you see the issue we're seeing here?
I understand, but I think it sounds more that you're the person who you are with. Maybe they're claiming to be Hawken to gain even more notoriety.
I
so that
literally
they can
spoke
travel
with
you.
Hear
the
me
man's grandpa in the astral plane. Listen, his family might be ashamed of him, but our Hawken is from the plane. There's a
Also-
impersonator there that must be doing this stuff.
There's no way we're mistaken because we were there when Hawkins formed the kingdom.
Yes.
I don't know
Fight
what to tell
against
you.
people.
I can just tell you that our lord has
Well-
been recognized by 3 of the Nordic lords and has the backing of one of the Nordic candidates.
Okay.
Well,
One of the very
either
wealthy
way, it
ones.
doesn't matter. We're meeting with him tomorrow.
That's...
Yeah, we should figure this out. If this is Hawken and does not informed us of any of these plans,
And we
I'm going to throttle him.
You know, I'd just be careful.
I mean,
He
I'm going
knows-
to throttle whoever the
He knows a lot
impersonator
of
is.
unique
But
magic spells that I've never seen. He's really a powerful
see,
being.
that's the thing with our Hawken is he has magic, but I wouldn't say he has very unique and exotic magic spells.
No, he's a cleric. He's not.
Oh, our
Yeah, he's got that goddess of what
He's got.
he deals with.
He's a fighter. He's a paladin. He's a cleric. He's a wizard. I mean, he can do it all.
That is okay. Yes,
Our Hawken's a
definitely not our Hawken.
I mean, I
Our
saw.
Hawken is a
We watched him in personal combat slay that Warforged dragon that you saw in the middle of the city that sprouted up recently. It just reawoken. He walked out with a single blow, took the thing down, decapitated it almost cleanly. I mean, I feel
We
like
need
if
to
anything,
find
maybe
this
maybe your Hawkins the impersonator who's trying to live off of this Hawkins, our Hawkins actual legacy.
No, because we were with him when the fire giant thing happened. We were with our
Right.
Hawken. He was
Did your
there.
Hawken kill
If
the
yours
fire
is
giant
claiming
king?
to kill it,
Did your
either your Hawken's claiming credit for our Hawkins, or your Hawken has been with us this whole time, but claiming not to have been with us. Because I was there when the fire giant thing happened. Just came around. I was there when the Orc Queen was killed. I have the armor that she had when she was slain, and Fable has the other items.
She
So
either-
points to some armor behind, or suddenly opens, or as a shelf opens up, and it's exactly identical. You
You
also
know,
see
I
the
mean, I
queen's
would believe
head.
this if I wasn't aware that your Hawken is a master crafter and likely good
You
at
also
making
see the orc.
clones.
You see the orc queen's head just sitting there, completely rotting.
Hey,
in a
see,
jar.
that would be a good replica, but Pebble has it on him.
She looks at you and goes, can any of you cast Identify?
I can.
I don't have
She
magic.
brings the jar forward and goes, if it's if it's not the real one, he'll be able to tell it's a magic item almost immediately. Otherwise,
Well, I mean, do we trust Carl's magic? No offense, Carl. I
We don't
did
know
just meet
him.
you.
We just
Yeah.
she looks at
He
either of
could
you
be
and
lying.
goes, do either of you know Identify?
God, no, I'm a paladin.
Then you should know
I'm-
Zone of Truth. You should be able to tell if he's telling a lie or not.
Alright, don't know the spell.
Well,
You see, magic's not our forte, but
She
killing
holds-
is, and I
she
can
puts the
assure
jar in
you,
front of
I was there
Carl.
for the killing.
well, if you don't trust my magic, would you trust my
No,
men-
go for it. But if you're telling me you think it's real, I'm going to assume it's because, no offense, magic is probably stronger than yours, and so it's a better illusion or something.
This may be true, but we won't know till we find out. I cast Identify.
There's no magic on this item. It is a legitimate item, legitimate orc head. You don't. You can sense
Well,
slight.
question.
You can sense slight arcane from it, but it's not strong enough to tell you if it's exactly the queen's head.
So-
but you can tell it's an orc that had magic. Yes,
Sigrun picks it up. She wants to inspect, because she would know this. She doesn't know magic, but she'd know this. She wants to inspect the bottom of the neck where it was cut, because I believe Sigrun would remember how the head looked when she cut it, and if it's the mark of her axe or not.
Yeah.
She's got a very
Give me
particular axe.
Give me a perception check.
Let's see.
Okay, come on. I need a good roll for this. Ooh. All right. Fuck, that was almost a 19. Let's see, that's only fucking 14 total now.
It's identical. It's almost exactly perfect. As if it's almost as fresh as the one you cut it the
Pebble?
day of.
Well, because if I remember, Chaston, correct me if I'm wrong, Pebble is the one with the head, right?
Yeah, because Hawking gave it back. It's tied to my belt.
Yeah, you have it out right now.
It's literally, I can see it. It's on my head.
They're identical in every single way.
Sigrun gestures.
I hold up
to
the other
it.
head and hold them face to face to each other.
As you do.
Yeah, Sigrun's
yes.
squinting at them.
Yes, Carl.
Well, it's the same. Okay, so we got two possibilities here. Either one, you have a copycat. Someone, this Hawken killed an orc, cut off their head in the exact same way as you did, and is parading around as the one who did it. Or this is the same person, but twice.
Or, I mean, hear me out. You, magic friend, you could sense magic, yes.
Yes, I can.
It wasn't on this head. She holds up the jar. Check it on Pebbles, because the other possibility is this damn copycat is stealing our items, replacing them with his, and putting them here. That's the only on that head on Pebble, since he cut it off, because I kind of wanted it. Because I'm the one who slayed her in the end. No offense, Pebble.
All right, Carl, give me an Arcana check.
All right.
Or if you have Detect Magic.
Because it's not the first time we've had items magically stolen, mainly not from me, mainly from other party members.
Pebble just holding the stinking head in his hand as he's looking at the two.
It's
Yeah.
like the trophy.
Yeah.
So I don't have Detect Magic. I got an 18 on Arcana.
You got,
the
you gotta let the
magic's
skin melt off.
identical in the head in Pebble's hand. It's exactly the same flow. It's the same signatures. It's even the same amount that's left over, almost down to the exact identicalness. There's no difference between these two items.
No. Okay. No. Carl will begin shaking his head. No. This is not possible. I need to check again. Pebble,
What? No, tell us.
If they're the same, they're the same.
Those-
There's no reason to check again.
It is
Give
like
me another
it's
Arcana
the
check,
same-
then.
It's the same to a T.
Go ahead, make your roll. Make your roll.
It's
Even
worse.
lower.
Yeah, again, looking it over, this time closely, even more closely inspecting it, it's not possible for two beings to have the same arcane signature. That's one of the very unique things about the world, is once the magic goes into your body and is processed, it is just as much part of you as your own blood and veins, So that's part of the whole process. This is identical in every way, down to even the amount that's left over, which shouldn't be possible to replicate.
Could this possibly have been the work of either a clone spell or some other form? Making another?
The barkeep looks at you and goes, "Well, I doubt someone would waste a clone spell to make a head in a jar that hangs in a shelf we lock up. Do you mind?" As she looks to Sigrun and points to the jar.
Sigrun, gives her a look that is you get as a glare, but not at her. Sighs and eventually hands it over. Look, you're just doing your job, but I'm telling you now, if I am pissed, this is just a general warning. Bad. When I get angry, people tend to die. So just
She takes
Pebble.
the head from you daintily and really trying to keep it as far away from her as possible. Slides it into the jar.
Pebble, make sure I don't take it out on anyone here. That thing with Elwar has me all worked up, and now this. Like, look, if he wants to claim to be Hawken and steal his wife, fine. I don't want him marrying that fucking Helly Princess either. But if he's claiming our kills and copying our trophies, that draws the line.
You notice the girl kind of looks, the barkeep kind of looks at you, Pebble, and goes, "You know, this is a little bit of a longer conversation than I'm really paid to deal with. Do you mind? Do you need anything else? The cook will be out here momentarily with your drinks and your food."
No, go ahead.
She starts to walk away. Sigrun, Pebble, and Carl, give me a perception check.
Yeah, I was about to ask to insight her, so...
Oh, you're welcome too, yeah.
Okay, I'll do perception first. Ooh, okay. 19 for perception.
Okay.
It was
And
good.
then my
I see.
insight is also a 19. I rolled 16 twice. Let's go.
You can, Pebble and Carl, you don't notice anything due to your low perception rolls, that catches your attention. Sigrun, though, as you're kind of ranting on about this whole situation and kind of telling Pebble to hold you back, kind of like a Pumbaa and Timon situation here, kind of like trying to hand your tail over to Pebble, you know, to hold you back from causing terrible damage here. You catch under your breath. You notice that what the woman is saying is true. She's definitely tired. Almost seems like she doesn't have as much of a social interest. But you catch something. She says something under her breath as you hear, "Wow, these are exhausting lines." As the woman kind of walks through the back door to the kitchen and kind of goes into the back rooms.
Pebble, she's grabbing him and pulling him close. Pebble,
What? I'm right.
okay. Pebble, I know I'm bad at social cues, and I'm not the most word-based person, but tell me, the words, "Man, these lines are exhausting," sound evil to you or not?
Nah, it more sounds like she has a script.
Sounds like it's.
She was
Yes,
told
but
what to say.
why would she have a script to tell us about the Hawken impersonator, unless
Because-
it's meant for us?
Because it's meant for us and he's not Hawken. What's your point?
I'm just now having the revelation this might be a trap. Did you have that from the get-go?
Odd feeling. No proof, but odd feeling.
Oh, well, okay, I guess I'm catching up to your intuition. I thought
No,
this was just
we have
like
proof.
similar name, human names kind of repeat, common names are weird, but okay. Well, alright, I feel a little dumb now.
Here. Well, Sigrun, you weren't there as Pebble talked a little quieter. We found out that Hawken's brother tried to have him killed.
That
so
sounds
we're
right.
probably-
Well,
we're probably-
his
we're almost
brother,
definitely
she
walking
quotes.
But we kind of have to go. We don't really have a choice.
Do you think his air quotes again is the one setting up this guy to impersonate Hawken, or is it? You think they're
don't
working
know.
separately?
I don't know.
I don't know. This seems like politics stuff, and I'm not good
You
at this.
see
But I'm pissed off.
Kind of an older-looking grayed Scrofe in a full clothing, wearing a full cook's outfit, is walking, kind of sulking out, covered in grease. Puts a couple of very giant and very fresh steaks, grilled off the thing onto the table, and a couple of brown ales, and sets them down, and then sets down a pot of steamed vegetables and looks at each of you and just kind of snorts and then turns and walks back in. You see as he pulls out a small little cigar and starts chewing on it as he walks back into the kitchen.
Nice. Scrofe cook. Okay. Well, the guy who owns this might be in a person, but at least he knows to hire good chefs, and she'll eat the steak.
We are so walking into someone who wants to kill us tomorrow.
Yes, but I mean, if he's stealing, like, look, if he was like, "Oh, I'm Hawken, these are my friends, they all helped us kill this," oh, that's one thing. But he's not only taking Hawken's life, he's taking our credit. Like, this is, I want to meet the man who's trying to claim he has the head of the Orc Queen we both almost died slaying.
The woman comes back out after about an hour passes as you are kind of eating and enjoying talking, kind of coming up with a plan on what to do the next day. And she comes back out and kind of looks at you lot and goes, your friend, the gnome, the old gnome, he says he's ready now. He's up in his room, and says he's happy to talk to you. Something about he is fully recharged is what he's wanted me to tell you exactly.
I
Magic.
will stand up and just say, "All right, let's do
Oh.
this."
Carl, you coming with? We haven't really talked about what to do with you.
Carl said he wanted to come with.
Okay. Let us go then.
Carl, as
Is your-
you try to speak, and these two just have a full conversation for you, and they just start walking up the
Welcome to the
stairs.
life of Sigrid and the Pebble.
Yep. Sigrun pats your shoulder and is like, by the way, make sure you keep your turtle friend out of harm's way, because there likely will be harm.
You see the turtle kind of steps up on his shoulder and kind of puffs up a little bit.
He's so smart. Pebble, do you know this turtle can understand people?
Oh, it's incredible.
It does. Look, ask it the question.
Hey, little
will-
guy, are you having fun?
The
I
turtle
will.
does not respond. Carl, what's up? Go ahead.
I'm gonna grab.
Imagine shakes its head.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna grab Benji, hold him out so that he's facing the pebble.
Yeah, as you hold
Come on.
it doesn't do anything.
Oh, don't be shy.
Oh.
Benji. Okay.
Is he sad?
As we walk upstairs, I'm going, I don't think he's enjoying his life.
No, I asked him questions earlier if he could understand me, and he nodded, but I was happy.
I will
Turtle friend, are you depressed?
I will ponder.
Sigrun's just like eyeing it.
Carl, as you begin to ponder, good. What'd you say?
Oh, ponder, Benjamin. Are you actually depressed, my friend? Oh, I know. I'll get you your favorite snack.
As you continue walking up the stairs, about 4 flights of stairs later, you finally come to the floor. And as you walk down, you see a couple little like carts sitting out in front of some of the doorways with like leftover food, some strange-looking amalgamations of dough with meat, cheese, and like other mixed veggies tossed onto it. It's very greasy-looking, the meat with melted cheese on it. You also notice a little piece of wood in the center of it, and it's like half-eaten. And some weird. You're not sure what these things are, but they smell like potato. But they're not in any way have you ever seen potatoes like this before, as they seem to have a crisp outside, and you can still smell them, the healthy aroma of it and salt and pepper on the air as you lot walk down the hallway.
How?
Huh?
Said how odd.
As you walk down, though, eventually one of the doors opens and out walks this gnome in a very simple blue robe and still very looking very old. He looks up with his closed eyes and goes, "Ah, if it isn't Pebble, Turtle, Carl."
Yes, the turtle's name is Benjamin.
He nods. And Sigrun.
Yes.
Ah, and he nods. He goes, please, and he ushers you into his room. Come in. I'm very relaxed as he kind of looks about.
Alright.
As
Did you
walk
get
in,
Dream Lily or something? I find that helps me relax.
There's a tub with boiling water that seems to bubble up and seems to be indented into the ground, almost like a hot spring with no obvious hot water pipes coming into it that you can see, causing bubbles in the water to pop up from underneath it. A bed that you notice kind of moves, and upon further inspection, you notice it's full of liquid. There's also lights all about that have individual light spells casted onto what looks to be strange glass-like objects. And the last thing you know, the room is fully comfortable to temperature. You can hear wind blowing in the room from a device that you don't recognize. And there's a couple of other minor little things. A little box with a dial on it that has different bardic music that starts just randomly playing depending on which dial it's on, and you can hear it lightly going in the distance as you hear a song about Dibus and his great combat. And so as you all walk in, he kind of goes, please do sit down. I have had a good time here. And he kind of takes off the blue bathrobe, and you see there's nothing but a small cloth around that's covering him as he walks into the tub, the bubbles popping up.
What temperature is the room, you said?
It's
like roughly?
It's currently a perfect 100 degrees, which to him is extremely comfortable. To the rest of you, it's very warm.
I mean, Sigrun's her fur. She hates it in here.
Yeah, you immediately all start to feel the heat on you.
All right,
This
my friend,
place
you
is
said you were
misery.
fully recharged to teleport us?
Oh, as he kind of relaxes into the hot spring on the floor, and he goes, "Yes, I am feel thousands of years younger. What was I doing for you again?"
You were gonna send us to the House of Windsor?
Oh,
You said you...
that's it? Oh, that's easy. Yes, would you like to go there in style or quickly?
Style.
Define style.
Oh, well, I mean, it really defines itself. I don't know how to... As he cracks his neck again. How to
We
speak
need
to
to
you mortals.
intimidate this
You're right.
imposter.
You're right. Style, please.
Style.
Nods
No
and
votes from
goes.
Carl.
You suddenly-
We've decided.
Hear him yell out something in Draconic, in a very strange dialect. What you hear is, "O forgotten one, please return to me and give those who I have sacrificed for the ride they request."
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
Is
Sounds-
what you hear in Draconic. And everything goes silent for a second as this like roar kind of almost causes the entire building as well as the roughly surroundings to vibrate from the deepness of this like announcement out. And then he goes back to speaking in a very simple, calm, and goes, and in 3, and you start to feel the ground rumble. 2,
Ooh.
the entire building starts to shake
Sigrun's
violently.
ready. She's in like a ready stance.
And
Yeah.
he goes,
I'll pick up
1.
Carl. I'll pick up Carl for security.
The entire building you can feel suddenly leans on its side, like as if it's been lifted slightly off the ground at an angle, and then suddenly kind of leans back over. And as it stops, you see outside the window this massive golden dragon with a wingspan that literally goes from the one side of the wall of the Bolton Citadel to the other. You just see this massive head just staring at you through this window as it snorts, and the windows shatter almost immediately.
Hell yes! Sigrun waves to the dragon.
He goes, "I don't know his name, so I call him Forgotten One.
Forgotten one.
He doesn't speak common. He's gonna take you to the Castle of Windsor. If you fall off, he won't save you. He has made it very clear that he will not assist you in any other way than helping you get to the place.
That's
But
all
if
we
that doesn't
need.
scare the shit out of anything, I don't know what will.
Yes,
By the way,
yes, this will be a display of power.
I should mention, that's not a gold dragon. That's a radiant dragon.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna go mount up. Let's do this.
Yes, Sigrun's going with Carl in tow.
You see the dragon kind of slightly pivots, and you notice its shoulder and its wing starts to kind of come in slightly as the dragon. Suddenly, arcane energy just spews out of this dragon with intensity beneath it as it slightly turns and allows you to board onto it. As
Yes.
each of you step on, for a moment you notice the dragon kind of adjusts almost immediately. You get the full idea of the size of this dragon. If this is, by size alone, it is bigger than any of the dragons any of you have ever seen. This thing is massive. The entire, as it starts to kind of lift up, you notice it could probably eclipse the entire city of the Bolton Citadel, a city that is accustomed to housing almost 100,000 people on average, and is built as a major capital along these riversides. This is a very sprawling city.
You know, Pebble, it is not often I feel small, but in this moment, I feel small.
And with
And
that, the
she says
dragon's
that
wings
with a note
flap,
of joy.
and you all just go straight up in the air at an immense velocity. But it feels like a nice breeze to you all.
Hell yeah. I'm still holding on
this
to
is
Carl
my
for
whole
safekeeping, though.
Yeah.
Just one arm on him.
How do you think I feel as he screams?
You know what? Sigrun, Put him in front of you and behind me. We'll keep him safe.
Yes. We'll sandwich him. I'll fall off.
Carl, suddenly you feel the wet, sweaty boar hair on your back, and then the very wet, sweaty cloak of the Pebble from the
Fair
room that was
skin.
overly hot earlier.
Safety.
You are covered in nothing but warmth and sweat. Your entire clothes are soaked.
Is Pebble still enlarged from when he was gonna fight earlier?
It only lasts a minute.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say Sigrun's normal size right now.
The dragon flaps its wings, and 5 more times, and you are suddenly coming in over the city, dropping down at least a high speed. Again, for you, it's like a comfortable breeze, but you can see as everything moving past you at such a rough speed. You just made 2 days travel in less than a couple seconds. As if the world around you distorted for the dragon's wings to push it away from it. You come to the central gates, and the dragon roars out, and you see the entire foundation of the city just shake, and screeching and yelling as quarters are being sent out. And then suddenly you can feel the dragon cast something, and the entirety of the castle just seems to glow purple for a moment, and it goes silent as the dragon lands. And you notice every single guard has been charmed by this dragon.
Yo.
And it
I
just
like
kinda,
this one.
It lands, and it kind of leans its shoulder, letting you climb off, and it polymorphs again into this giant golden, it's only 6 foot tall, but golden leonin with long hair, fully tanned skin. It's gorgeous. Its eyes glowing a bright gold, and pure gold armor, and you can see it's got like different markings on it that are very old and looking, reading in Draconic something of a strange dialect that you don't catch, Pebble.
Yo, you are Forgotten One. You have all my respect.
I'll give a little
nod.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, Sigrun will follow suit. She'll put a fist to her chest and do a slight bow.
It just looks over to Carl and bows, and then turns and starts walking down the road. You notice as it walks, it's leaving dents in the ground where it steps pretty heavily on solid traveled ground.
Right. Well, while the guards are
Pebble, I want one. I want one in our party.
Time to walk in the city while everyone's charmed.
Yep. I wonder if the charm affects our Hawken. She does air quotes.
We'll see.
As you turn to walk, you notice the spell's immediately deactivated, and one of the guards just kind of looks at you and goes, "Holy shit! Did you see the giant dragon? Where did it go?"
We rode in on it. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
It looks
we need
over
to
at
get to
Carl, who's out quiet, and he goes, "Is he? Yes. Enter, please. Enjoy your stay. Have a good day."
Thank you.
He kind of looks and goes, "Well, you have your face covered," and he just kind of sees this and kind of just, go right in. I thank you so much. Welcome to the city. Yes, as he kind of bows suddenly, not knowing what to do.
Very
with himself.
warm welcome.
Is Hawken here yet?
He goes, yes, King Hawken arrived this afternoon, or this morning. He came in via some teleportation arcane gate. His brother is serving, will have a feast for him later today.
Yeah, he's expecting us. Can you tell us where he is, please?
Yeah, of course. If he's expecting you, you can speak to the guards at the main castle keep walls. They'll let you in almost immediately, or they'll send the runner to request confirmation.
Yep, I'll head on in.
Yes. Thank you so much for your visit. As he continues to jumble over his words and bows again.
Yes. Come now, Carl. We have we have business to attend to. And she'll stand next to Carl as if guarding him, as if serving guard.
As you start to walk in, even with a passive perception higher than 13, you hear him go, "Holy shit, they have a golden dragon with them."
Brady.
Common people wouldn't be able to tell the difference. A radiant dragon hasn't been seen since the first age.
They're still impressed. They're heavily impressed.
The existence of a dragon of that size even would be well documented. But yeah, so as you walk into the city, it's the city is almost dead silent. The roads are quiet. People aren't walking about. You don't hear laughing. Most of the shops seem to be closed or abandoned. There are no lights on in the buildings. You just hear the metallic steps of guards walking about, and the occasional. You'll see some like adventurers who are lower of lower ranks that are kind of walking about doing some minor business with some of the locals, but no one that catches your eye. And anytime that you guys do make eye contact with them, they kind of seem to scurry away as quick as they can.
Yep. Everyone's scared shitless. Sigrun's loving this.
But as you walk it further into the city and walk towards the very tall stairs up to the castle walls, and then even higher stairs to the keep itself, knowing that you're going to have many stairs to climb, walking up them, you come across the two guards, fully covered, nothing of their skin showing. You see full plate. They're carrying weapons. You see they both have magic staffs on their backs. They are carrying an assortment of different items. And one of the guard kind of steps up and just stops in front of you lot with his spear standing in, not pointed at you, still pointing in the air and stuck in the ground, but like with an affirmative, trying to puff his chest out to show he's here and show his presence.
How tall is he?
Roughly about 6 feet.
Decent.
Oh.
Decent.
Decent. Decent. Acceptable.
We're here to meet with King Hawken. He's expecting us.
Yes.
At least I was told he was expecting us.
You see.
I sure do hope so.
What was that, Carl?
I said I sure do hope so.
It's gonna be really unfortunate if it's the wrong.
If
one.
not, I'm sure everyone saw us arrive. She kind of glances towards the sky.
Now, this isn't spoiler because out of game you already know this. Does Pebble have the natural sense for undead? Is he that kind of paladin?
Whenever I divine sense I can, I don't think Oathless gets.
You do not. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so Oathless doesn't get that passive thing of having a higher thing for it. Okay.
At least not the level I, at least.
Yeah, as you are kind of standing there and you announce this, the guard just kind of doesn't say anything, and you just see kind of suddenly a magic spell, a circle seemingly lights up on the side of the helmet of the guard. Carl, to most of you, this is a pretty low-ranked spell. Carl, immediately, you recognize it's just message. It's a very simple, a very badly drawn version of the cantrip spell as well at that. But as you hear, you can't hear, you just hear muffled sounds for a moment, and then suddenly the guard kind of steps back to where it was standing, and the gates doors open.
All right.
You open to the tall black rock castle with now, as you notice, weird red glass balls on each of the tower peaks, and then a massive, strange amalgamation of glass, different colored glass in the center of the keep that seems to be kind of floating above the main keep garden at this point, that you can see from the outside as you walk in. Massive into the massive garden that has trails going everywhere, different plants from all over the world. You notice a massive fountain in the center. If I say massive again, I swear to God. A larger fountain with strange markings of like bone-like creatures. You notice that immediately the aura around you all feels darker. I actually need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh. This doesn't bode well.
Of course, instead of getting a 20, you get a
Wisdom
13.
save?
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
It's alright, you still did better than the paladin.
14. Didn't get
You
the best.
all have a strange tinge of fear at the back of your head now going on. Something is in here is dangerous, and more so than what you've dealt with prior.
Even the Orc Queen? Goddamn.
As you lot kind of head further in, though, you see a couple or three people sitting at the in the center of the garden, underneath a tree, as the sun seems to slowly get covered over by some darker clouds, looking as if it's going to rain, but nothing being let loose. You see a very somewhat like about 6 foot tall figure in full fancy plate that you immediately recognize as extremely magical and powered throughout. You take longer to notice what exactly enchantments they have, but you can definitely tell that they're very well equipped. You notice them having a short cut red hair, having bright blue eyes, sitting next to what looks to be Hawken in every sense of the word, but like 10 years younger. It's almost identical to him. You do notice a slight difference is that this person's eyes seem to be almost completely instead of having color to them, they are white, but the center is just a pure black. And the two seem to be discussing something as they're eating some sort of strange triangle-like food with what you can tell from the distance seems to be some sort of melted cheese, pieces of meat, and some sort of dough it all rests on, as the two seem to be joking and laughing. The third figure you recognize as some sort of very lightly, very pale, almost grayish skinned humanoid with long black hair, bright green eyes, wearing a very bright white dress that has strange markings all over it. Sigrun, you immediately recognize this as the House of Seraphim, one of the houses of the Heli.
Sigrun, no trouble. All right, this is the only time
I can't promise that.
She looks to be roughly maybe in her teens, Sigrun, from what you can tell from what you know of Heli.
Well, okay.
She's definitely not
That's
she could be. She's probably a strong caster, as all Heli are. But as far as it goes, she's still definitely young at this point, and you can definitely see she's never seen combat by the looks of her.
Yeah,
you'd guess by looking over her daintiness, she'd melt at the first idea of even seeing an arrow near somebody's body.
Yeah, she probably wasn't born in the time like when the wars were going on, like very strong. Okay, that helps a little, but Sigrun's still clearly her body's like tensed up, both because she doesn't trust the Hawken figure and because she's mad about
If you don't
she's
think
a little tense.
you can hold back, and then just let me do the talking, all right?
I'm going to let you do the talking, but just make it quick.
I'll try.
As you go walking up, immediately you all feel an even the fear is starting to get stronger and stronger in the back of your neck. Carl, you feel magic spewing almost as much as the dragon from earlier, coming from the two males that you can tell. One giving off an extreme necromantic magic, and the other, you've no fucking clue what magic this is. This isn't any school you've ever noticed. The tall redhead seems to have something strange about him, and it's potent. You'd guess his experience to be similar to what would be in a Grand Wizard or a 20th level character, and maybe even beyond that from his arcane abilities. And that's not even counting the gear you can tell that is all at least legendary on him, just from the magic it's spewing off of it.
Barry. What the fuck?
Yeah. But as you lot walk up you notice both figures kind of stop. The female kind of is not really paying attention. She seems to be writing something down and looks like she's working on something. And both figures kind of turn. And the younger looking Hawken kind of looks at you lot and goes, "Oh, I never introduced myself. Apologies. I am technically Bjorn Jr., I guess it would be my name. I'm Hawken's brother. You're Sigrun, Pebble, and... I'm sorry, friend, I don't know your name. Do you travel with my brother?"
Not as of yet. My name is Carl.
Ah, no, fair enough. Nice to meet you, Carl. And you see as the redhead's about to speak, and you see Bjorn Jr. snaps his finger, and the redhead just suddenly stops in his tracks and does not move. And he goes, I'm sorry, he's got kind of a mouth. We don't really need to be interrupted with such vulgarity. What can I help you with? If I'd known you were coming, I would have set out a feast. By the way, where is my brother?
We were sent ahead.
Is he still planning to kill me?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No, I mean, if there's family feud, he hasn't brought it up. But if there is, I apologize.
We're not here for you, technically, if that makes you feel better.
I'm just happy I don't have to kill you all. I'd feel really bad to do that today. I mean, I really don't even want to bother my brother. He's got his own kingdom. Yeah. I'm happy with it, but he's got such a hate for me.
I was more here to ask why the princess is here when she's supposed to meet with Hawken.
Oh,
Yes.
I apologize. I did that because and he and she begins to speak and he snaps his finger. God, you know, they're so annoying. No offense, but God, I hate talking to people who are imbeciles. Thank you for your etiquette, by the way, of calling ahead, making sure I knew you were coming. I really do appreciate that. And the Radiant Dragon was a
Yes.
nice touch. You didn't need to charm all my guards, but I get it. Anyway, sorry.
Didn't know I'd do that, to be fair, but yes.
No, the Helly were planning to completely charm Hawken and use his kingdom to basically cause war amongst the rest of the continent, and then they were going to swoop in and take over. Technically, the Helly King, he's still alive. There's been talk of him being dead, but he's not dead. I should mention.
Sigrun's looking at Pebble with like a aha, like a oh I told you so type of look.
Now, I won't deny, I was trying to set up and he points to the redhead, the tall idiot here, to do something for me. I've been feeding into him that he's going to be a king. Trust me, I'm not actually going to put him as third.
You know, I'm actually technically here for him as well, because if you want to glory, I've been looking for people.
What do you mean?
Well, I want to form a knight order, and he at least seems like a capable fighter.
This one? The tall redhead?
From what we've heard.
Oh, no, you don't want to know the dark amalgamations that go on this man's head. He's only here for women, booze, and apparently he wants to be turned into a woman? I'm not sure.
Oh, I can accommodate, don't worry.
Well, do any of you have spells on reading thoughts?
Looks at Carl.
Yeah, does Carl have a mind reading thing?
Okay, so I'm trying to think of any spells I do have, because I do have message and sending, but
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
work.
if
Not to the level of what you catch on what he's referencing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
He kind of looks at you and goes, no bards amongst the party. That's not uncommon these days. Given all that's happened.
They all die so quick.
Do you mind? You won't kill me if I cast to bring his memory in front of us so you can kind of see it?
No, go
Hey,
ahead.
but you're being nice.
I
We're here to
appreciate
be
it.
cordial.
I don't want to be killed today, and I'm not exactly, as you can see, in any armor. Battling would be at a disadvantage in my situation here. He goes, alright, and he goes, he starts speaking in enchant in a strange language of abyssal, and starts casting a spell, as suddenly the visions inside Barry's head go, all I'm going to give you is most of you are immediately disturbed by the strangeness of the shit you see. Normal tame weirdness of overly indulgent, power-hungry male fantasy concept aside, you also catch that he's an idiot. His plan, as you can kind of see, as he's talking about, as you see how he kind of comes up, you see the memory of Barry coming up with a plan of being called Hawken, is all about seducing women. Not about power, nothing else. It's just so he can seduce more women.
Alright, maybe don't hire him. But either way, he is causing issues by claiming to be Hawken. It's causing a real problem.
I know, that's why I brought him here.
Well, we appreciate it, but now everyone in Bolton Citadel thinks he's Hawken.
Yes,
Or at
that's
least
very
It's only
true.
minor issues, because if Hawken needs something, but people think this guy's Hawken, then they might not give it to our Hawken. You know?
All counts
sense.
that technically this Hawkins, Barry is his name to give you a reference.
Barry.
He is actually, in all accounts, stronger than my brother. In fact, honestly, if it came down to a one-on-one fight, this entire castle would be probably killed by him. He's ridiculously powerful, and he's got magic that doesn't make sense to our understanding of spellcasting. I've learned some interesting things about him on why he's capable of doing this, but because of that, I'm letting him continue to have his little power fantasy. He's fully under my control without issue, and I've not let him do anything that would affect my brother's reputation in any way. I don't need to give him any more reason to come kill me. You know, he's got that god that really is strong. Don't want to piss that off. You can probably understand.
We appreciate the
Yes.
help. Even if the Helly were planning on doing something, it'll look just as bad if she's here and not home with us. So we kind of have to do something.
So how about I do you a different deal? I had
And
planned. I'm going to be turning Barry into a woman like he asked anyways. I plan to drop him off in the Southern Helly Kingdom because he said he wants to explore the many creatures that the Helly experimented on and let roam free. Something about interest in hunting unique monsters for experience. I'm not even going to try and grasp the understanding of his thought process. But he shouldn't be much of an issue. However, her, as he points over, so she's fully set up in an assassin ready to kill Hawken if he doesn't get charmed by her high casting ability. So I can offer to do one of two things. I can either give her back, no questions asked, and let you lot deal with her, or I can take her magic from her. And then she's basically useless, and you still get the alliance for my brother. It's cruel, an unusual punishment for a Helly, but she won't suffer from anything. You know, she'll just never be able to cast again.
If she really was planning on doing this first, just take her magic, because we can't handle the political issues of not having her in the Crested Kingdom.
That's smart, because the Helly have gotten even stronger recently. Those few casters that are left alive are even more powerful.
Yeah, we'd really rather not have a reason for them to invade right now.
She
No,
nods.
no.
And she goes, I fully understand. That was the plan. So I'm just gonna, and he snaps his fingers, and you just see suddenly, this blue light breaks around, the female Helly. And she seems completely confused as the freeze spell falls off, and he goes, ironically, when I take magic from her, from Helly, for some reason it also makes them immune to all magical abilities, so, good news is no one's ever going to be able to charm her to kill someone.
That's a benefit, at least.
He looks at
That
Carl and
is.
goes, it would kind of... Kind of looks at you guys, I can't explain to you why I can't do that, but I feel like if you asked my brother, you'd get a better understanding on what's going on. By the way, does he still think I'm a lich?
I don't think we ever
I-
thought you were a lich.
He called me a lich the last time we met. Did you know that?
No.
I wouldn't. I actually joined up shortly after they left from talking to you.
Oh.
I don't remember that,
He
but
came to
he
visit
hasn't.
me one-on-one and called me a lich and told me he was going to kill me because I'm responsible for his wife, his child. Which, I mean, I understand. In all fairness, I can't do anything about it. I'm doing everything I can to bring them back right now. That's what I've been studying left and right. You know, that's why I partnered up with this asshole, as he points to Barry. He goes, you know how potent his magic is? Just a drip of what he can do would be able to...
Maybe we can square things away. What are your goals? Maybe we can square things away with Hawken.
Yeah, we could put...
He looks at you and goes, I'm going to be honest. I can't tell you who I am, and I can't tell you the truth about everything. But I'm going to tell you what you can pass on to him to help his worries. Me and him are related. I am, by all accounts, his brother. If we're talking as far as blood in this body, I am his brother. By all definition. I am the son of Bjorn Sr. of the House of Windsor, whether he likes it or not. As far as my intentions, well, first off, not to screw up the Windsor name like he has. If he would stop assassinating people, that'd be... I'm happy he did the king thing, because, that's going to kind of get rid of the whole, master assassin, I'm going to kill everyone. Do you know how many envoys I've had come through here get really concerned that I'm going to kill them? But
if it helps the master assassin, from my understanding, if he doesn't do it, he'll be killed.
I'm not surprised on that. Kedlis is an issue.
Well, his god doesn't kind of forces his hand. We have to go kill someone else soon. Not looking forward to it.
So,
we do.
You can't tell him this. This is the part I can tell you. I am trying to help him. I'm trying to sever his tie with Kedlis. He doesn't know it, but I've done my research. Every champion of Kedlis has always died at the end of serving her in a gruesome and terrible way, and it's killed everything they've loved, because that's what Cataclysm is. It has to come to an end. You can't... So even if he builds a kingdom, he has a kid, when he dies, everything he's built has to fall apart because of the god he's stuck with. I'm trying to find a way to sever that so that way he won't be fucking screwed. And he keeps thinking I'm a lich trying to kill him. Now, don't get me wrong. Am I a powerful caster? Yes. I don't deny that. Can I do things that he shouldn't know about? Yes. Can I do things I can't tell you about? Yes. But I imagine each of you have your own secrets. I mean, look at you, Sigrun, as he looks at you. How about, have you told your party about the Battle of Dragon's Gate and what happened?
I don't think I've gotten the details, but they know
exactly. And he
died.
turns to the pebble and he goes, have you told anybody about the fact that you don't remember anything past 7 years old? Or before that?
I think I've told Sigrun once.
Yeah, did you tell the rest of them? No. And you?
No.
Did you tell anybody that your turtle's a demon lord?
You know what?
Benjamin just has a big group smile on his face.
Benjamin, where were you
You're
going?
supposed to smile.
You know, actually, that's pretty cool. You know, I respect it.
No, that's fair.
And he goes, yeah, that's why he was able to sense the demon you all saw earlier that was around your friend Alwar. And I apologize, I looked into each of your memories as soon as you showed up here to make sure you weren't here to kill me.
That's fair. Smart play.
Also,
We've kind of been on a murder streak.
Can I roll insight on the part about him actually being related to Hawken?
Sure.
Can I roll insight on the part of him wanting to help Hawken?
That's a what? Yes, go ahead, Sigrun.
It's a 13.
He seems to be telling the truth.
That is a 11.
Now, and you're just trying to tell if he's telling the truth on if he's trying to help? Yes.
Yeah, does he? Yes.
He does
okay,
have
yes,
the
Sigrun-
intentions to assist Hawken in getting rid of Kedliz.
Alright. Alright,
Hawken,
here's what we'll do for you. We will divert Hawken so he keeps going to other objectives and ignoring you as best we can.
Yes.
We'll take the girl. If you'll let me, if you can deal with this personality to some extent, I'd like to take the guy after each other door, because I could just keep pointing him at enemies and he'll deal with it for us, to be completely honest.
Yes, but I could also use him to delve into dungeons to go look for the information I need that I can't go to.
Okay,
I know
can you just convince people that he works for us?
He turns to
Because
Sigrun.
I can tie him to me, which wouldn't actually do anything. It would just make people think he's one of my people.
He turns to Sigrun, looks at her, and goes, "What is it?"
I know you said we can't tell him that you want to cut ties to Kedliz, but do you want us to tell him that we think you are wanting to help him? Maybe that will ease some nerves. Maybe he will cooperate.
He turns to Pebble, deadpan stare, and goes, "Pebble, I'm gonna put 100 gold pieces, and I want you to keep this in mind. That says, and when you go tell him that I have intentions to help him and be of assistance, I want 100 gold that says his words are something along the lines of he's a lich and has charmed you, or he told you a lie."
Probably will be. Why?
I mean, I'll bet 200 gold on it. Just do you want us to do that?
You're welcome to, but all it's gonna do is make him suspicious of you. Don't put the suspicion on yourselves.
I think better move. I'll just keep him to focus on other objectives. He'll forget eventually.
True.
Well, you guys forgot.
I will
He
assist
did
you,
already forget
Pebble,
about.
in-
Yeah. If I may, yeah, feel free to deal with that. As far as it goes, with this one, I'm gonna be honest, Pebble. I don't think you can keep him under your leash. You're not strong enough for your divine ability yet. He's more powerful than
Need
you.
to get stronger.
Yeah,
I keep getting places and not getting followers. I can't even complete my own objectives.
Oh, you're looking for followers?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point of being a paladin with no god.
I mean, if you wanted soldiers, if you want people to follow you that are decent at combat, I can give you that. I can provide that much easier than give you this man.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to start building a knight order.
Okay, let me ask a simple question. What do you have any requirements? Race, alignment, gods, interests, sexual
Race
preferences?
doesn't matter, as long as they're not evil.
Sure, if that's the minimum.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum. I don't need much more
I
than
can
that.
start sending you recruits within days. I have plenty of candidates who I can't employ right now that would love to have a job that are decent enough experience as far as capability on the battlefield.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
they'll need tons of field
I
experience.
have all my brother's old war buddies still are here in the city. They're currently serving me as trainers, but they've been looking for actual work. Would you like me to give them word and tell them that the head of the Knight Order for Hawken's Kingdom is hiring?
I'd very much appreciate it.
You know that? Perfect.
Yes.
They're good at killing gnolls. I hope that'll be of use. There aren't many here anymore, but maybe it'll come in handy. I'm more than happy to send word and send them
You never
over.
know. All right. Well, other than that, we're absolutely happy. If you ever need any help, please just reach out to me specifically.
Can you keep my brother from trying to kill the city and all the poor innocent people here? He keeps
I
thinking.
can do my absolute best.
Yeah, people keep thinking because people don't go outside that that the city's dying, but in all actuality, I've just spread my magic out so that they didn't have to. Anything they want, they just order and it just appears in their room. They don't even have to pay gold anymore. They just live happy lives.
I thought they were just knocked out of their houses
Afraid?
because the dragon terrified them.
No, even those that you lot were trying to join the rebellion of, though they were all under the misunderstanding. As soon as they learned what I was doing, they fell right in line. There's no rebellion anymore. My brother's just trying to kill me because he thinks I killed his family, which I did. I can't deny that. I didn't mean to, and I was trying to help. It just went badly. We've all
we'll
been
try to
understandable.
redirect them, but other than that, yeah, we'll make her. I'm assuming because she can't affect her magic, we're gonna have to walk back, and that's fine.
I can still teleport her through an arcane gate if you lot are wanting to return. I can send you all, in fact, without issue.
Yeah, I'd very much appreciate
Hear
it.
that, Carl? You don't have to walk.
Oh, thank God.
Just,
Well, I don't think I was going to walk anyways.
just please remember, if you ever need anything, just message me. I don't want it falling into Hawkins' hands from getting another misunderstanding.
Tell me about it. My brother inherited my father's intelligence. Shoot first, and then hope it doesn't bite you in the ass later.
Yeah, was he like that as a child? Like, was he always just eager to kill people he believed wronged him?
To be honest, I wasn't allowed around him much as a child. I don't even think he knows I was born, to be honest. Our parents kind of kept it much a secret because in the Nordic lands, having two sons like that, they have to compete, and almost always it comes down to them killing each other. Our father didn't want to see us kill each other, and once I came of age to understand, I told my father that I didn't want the position of the house at all. I wanted to go and travel.
I only have one last question then, because it's very concerning, and this makes a lot of confusion. We caught a guy who apparently worked for the orcs that was trying to kill Hawken, right? And when someone cast a spell to let him speak with dead, which shouldn't have worked in the first place, I'm confused about that too. They said they worked for you, and that you ordered to kill him, and I'm very confused now.
I have some associates. I know that a while back, one of my captains of the guard was trying to kill a man that he was trying to sleep with the wife of. I think his name was Lucius?
Lucius?
Yes. Yeah, last name with an iron in it, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my old captain, the old captain of the guard, technically under my father, wanted to sleep with Lucius's wife, and Lucius traveled a lot.
But I was talking about a guy named Chantrell who claimed that he worked for you.
Chantrell.
I was really confused because someone cast Speak with Dead on him, but from my understanding, spells like that shouldn't work.
I don't know a Chantrell. I know there's an orc with there's supposedly a half orc with a name similar to that served as Queen Quenya as one of her elite guards.
Yeah, he kept claiming that we all sold our soul to a devil.
Kedlis is depicted by many as a devil, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm not tied to.
Did he say you specifically? Did he name you?
He said everyone. He said all of us.
It could have been a generalized thing. That maybe because remember when you do speak with dead, they can't if they don't know the information. They usually generalize.
Oh no! He said that when he was alive, and then again when he was dead.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. As long as you're not causing trouble, though, we'll absolutely redirect Hawken.
I mean, I don't know a Chantrell.
We don't tell him anything about what happened today.
He nods and goes, probably for the best. By the way, where did you lot travel from?
Huh? Like where'd we come? Right, Bolton. Why?
Did you happen to meet at a bar a blue-eyed redhead?
A blue-eyed redhead in the bar. Did we, DM?
Yeah, that was the description of the barkeep.
I mean,
yeah, that's what I was trying to remember.
There was a bartender, yeah.
As he looks over, he goes, "Yeah, little bastard." And you watch as the what you saw earlier as the completely still figure of Barry slowly starts to melt into snow. And
he escaped,
you see he just looks at the snow and he just goes, "That fucker."
Oh, so we talked to him.
He's faking as the barkeep, if that's what I think just happened.
Oh, so that's why he was so adamant that the Hawken here was okay.
Wait.
Yep.
So then that means he succeeded.
makes sense.
Well, it's next door. He should still be there. We left not 10 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, we left very quickly
he's gone.
on that dragon.
I can't
Alright.
sense his presence on the continent anymore.
All right, I'll try to find him for you, and I'll send you a message if I do.
If you find
Yes.
him, kill him. He's going to be a problem for all of us. He's about to do something
yes,
very
I-
stupid.
I was gonna say I wasn't doing the killing because you told me that he was stronger than me, and I was kind of concerned.
He looks at you deadpan, like you can see nervousness in his eyes. No, I mean like he's trying to bring Kedliz to the mortal plane because he wants to fuck it.
Oh, of course he is. Okay.
And you might be thinking, oh well, that's nothing. But if that dragon summons to our plane as its actual form, not an avatar, but its actual form, the planet will, what we're standing on implodes. We all die.
All right. Here's how we're doing this.
Not
he
the
seems
deal.
like an idiot. Try to find him. I'll try to do the same. If you find him for me,
You
send me to him.
said he
I know how to talk to idiots.
did a thing for the women, yes?
Yes, he's got a thing for exotic women. So if there's a place
Is
in the
there-
world where women currently are existing that are rare or unique, that's where he'll head.
All right. I have a crazy
Sigrundus
into a woman.
looks at Pebble.
What'd you say?
I don't like it,
Pebble.
but
I said I have a crazy plan. Turn me into a woman. You ever seen a 7-foot-tall human woman?
He looks at you and goes, I don't know. I can't cast that. I have no idea how to cast, Eni. You're gonna need a bard for that.
I'll find one. The things I do for missions.
Pebble, that's not what I was saying, but I am on board for it if that's what you'd like to do.
Hey, more exotic women, more chance he shows up. All right.
Yeah.
Back.
Pebble, come on, look. We got a scrope right here. How often you're out here?
No, be
I
quiet.
will say
Bill.
he's got a thing for muscular women. That is the only concern.
Look at this woman here.
Sigrun flexes, yeah, she does a flex. If I need to distract him long enough to kill him or bring him here, I have the muscle to do that.
If I was a betting man, I'm gonna say the one place he hasn't tried yet is either goblins or dragonborn. I'm gonna go with dragonborn because that seems more out there, and given what I've seen
I
of his
wonder if
taste,
Valdan himself to look like a woman.
Oh god, he is a bard.
Yeah, exactly, and he is dragonborn.
he looks
kinda.
over at you and goes, "Voldan? He's
Yeah,
still
yes.
alive?
Yeah.
Yes, he lives.
Interesting. Okay.
He works for the kingdom.
I will make sure,
Yes.
Pebble, that I message you if I find out any information about the whereabouts of young Barry and where he could be. I would start with the Dragonborn lands.
I'll look into goblins if you look into Dragonborn.
Sounds understandable. And let my dear brother know that no matter what he does, and please do, and I do quote this, he will not win and achieve what he wants to get rid of me. I know it's going to piss him off, but I feel at this point I'm going to infuriate him no matter what I do with my existence. I could build a statue, bring back his wife and kid, and solve world hunger, and he'd still try to kill me at this point. I don't even know
I'll
what
keep
I
that
did.
quote in my back pocket if I can't redirect him and I should infuriate him in any way.
First, the day you were born. It
You
seems.
could always use that
Truly.
quote to inferior them to the goals. Be like, oh, well, your brother said your goals will fail, so we should do this goal.
We should prove it. Yeah.
I will let you know
Exactly.
if he does attack the Castle Windsor, he will die. I've already seen it in the future. So
Well, we appreciate your
I
help, but
believe
either
that.
way, as I'll set a hand on the girl's shoulder. If you can send us, please.
yeah, he kind of nods and goes and kind of looks at you and goes, ah.
I put a hand on Carl's shoulder.
He looks at you both and goes, you don't have to be touching. It's just you're just gonna walk through it. Right?
Oh, then
I
I
was
thought
more-
that's why Pebble
I mean,
was
I
doing
was
that.
more doing like show of power, but you know.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm just kind of used
Alright.
to it at this point.
Come on, girlie, you're walking through first.
You don't mind,
He-
do you, Carl?
He suddenly casts, and the arcane gate opens up as the Heli
Oh,
girl
never
walks
mind. We've
in.
got to go. She picks him up.
I don't like. Oh my god.
Not
Uh,
even a second to speak, Carl. Yeah.
I'll motion the princess through.
Yeah, she walks through willingly and follows through. As you all walk through, you find yourselves back in the central castle, where in the courtyard where the library castle itself and little side building that most of you have not gone and explored. As you see the meeting hall or castle itself, doors open completely, and you see Hawken looking down at the map, and you see the representation that there's a larger army on his side now than ever, as he is directing troops towards the House of Windsor and starting to point them out. And that is where we're going to end today's session. We thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you on the next session. Catch you then.
How does it feel, Carl, to be travel-sized?